Jetpack, are you ready to play Pokemon TCG? If so,
let's start the show.
Hey everyone, I'm Jet from InThirdPerson.com. Personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits, aka the hottest calves on Twitch. Shoutouts to Weird August in the chat. Shoutouts to Uza1748. Thank you so much for the follow. And let me catch up on the chat here. Weird August knows his stuff. That's all right. Probably survive tomorrow while being in school. I mean, I hope you get better soon. If you start to feel worse, like a fever, a sore throat, anything like that, please take a test. Maybe take precautions and stay home. Don't get anybody sick because COVID sucks. And as someone who just had it, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. So, yeah, take care of yourself. The reason we're here today to play some Pokemon TCG online, some really exciting stuff to cover, including 2 different decks, all based on the same concept. One is sort of the more expensive version, and one that it's a budget one, right? So let's start with the first one. It's the Brilliant Stars era of the Pokemon trading card game, and there's a bunch of amazing game-changing cards in it, including the feature of this particular deck right here, Arceus V STAR, which is an absolute stud of a card, which has the move Trinity Nova for 3 colorless energy, does 200 damage, and you can find 3 basic energy cards from your deck, attach it to your Pokemon V in any way you like. Absolutely powerhouse move, hitting for solid damage, accelerating energy on the board, 280, pretty high health for only 2 prizes, and it's a colorless Pokemon. You can put this in almost any deck and make it better. Absolutely amazing. Even the V is pretty decent. If you're going on your first turn, going second, you can use Trinity Charge, where you can search your deck for up to 3 basic energy, attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. And one of the ways you can do that is with double turbo energy, which counts as 2 energy. You do lose 20 damage as part of the process, but getting 2 energy instead of 1 is a huge deal. And the way this deck works is that you will use Arceus to accelerate energy on the board to another Arceus, or to our homie Raichu right here, which is a kind of a glass cannon, low health at only 200 HP, but it has the move Dynamic Spark, which does 60 damage times the number of electric energy on the board. And between Arceus and Flaaffy, which will attach discarded electric energy to any Pokemon on the bench, it's possible to set up one-hit knockouts with Raichu, which is absolutely insane. I've had turns where I've hit 500, 600 damage with Raichu, and it's so good. So the general game plan is you want to fight the first 2 attackers or Arceus, then you come in with Raichu to close out the game. Also supporting Raichu, besides the Flaaffy, we do have 1 Crobat to help draw cards, and 1 Lumineon, another new card from Brilliant Stars. You'll put this down, and you'll be able to grab a supporter card of your choice from your deck. You're probably not going to play both of these in a match, so you kind of pick which one you have and what you need more. Do you need more cards, or do you need a supporter card? We also have a Manaphy, a new card in Brilliant Stars, that protects the bench from damage, which you really need to protect the Flaaffys from snipers such as Jolteon and Urshifu. Even though Urshifu is a fighting type and is going to be a bad match no matter what, having Manaphy stall for time for a little bit can be enough to help you win the game. In terms of supporters and trainer cards, pretty straightforward stuff. We do have an escape rope, a search, or a switch. You're not really switching too much with this deck. We do have a couple of Pokemon search here in terms of Level Ball, Quick Ball, another card coming back, Ultra Ball, one of my favorite cards. Discard 2 cards, get any Pokemon you want. This is great for getting Arceus V STAR, great for getting Flaaffy, also great for discarding energy so that Flaaffy can reattach it to the bench. We also have 3 Boss's Orders, 3 Marnie, 4 Professor's Research, 1 Raihan, just in case you find yourself in a jam, 2 air balloons, which are going to use for pivots. So in a scenario where Arceus gets knocked out, you can go and put a Flaaffy up, attach all the energy to that Raichu, pivot Flaaffy off, and then get Raichu in the active to set up that one-hit KO. Pretty awesome. And then we also have, this is a high energy deck, by the way. We've got 4 double turbo energies and 11 basic electric energy. I actually adjusted the count. This used to be 12 and 3. I really wanted to prioritize getting the double turbo as fast as we can on Arceus, but you can tweak the list to your liking. So yeah, let's get this show on the road and get some matches in with Arceus Raichu. JF Raptor, good morning. How are you today? We have lots to cover. We've got this Arceus Raichu deck to cover. I've got a alternative version of this deck that's a lot easier to build because Arceus cards are incredibly expensive in the game right now. We also have some breaking news from the Pokemon Company about some pre-made deck options that are the best pre-made decks ever, which is pretty sweet. We also got some packs to open, and I want to do a tutorial on deck building, which should be a lot of fun, and I hope it's helpful, because building a deck in the Pokemon trading card game is easily the hardest part of this whole process. And I think this is a segment we can repeat on every stream potentially. I want it to be more than just here's a one-off guide. Like, I want to just show all of the different ways that someone can approach building a deck based on the Pokemon they choose and so on. So we'll try that out. Ooh. I think we're facing off against Shadow Rider here. We might also be in trouble, depending on... Oh, they're going straight for 60 hash to each Pokemon. I don't think they're knocking out Raichu in the first go, which is fine. Are we going to try and play for the... No. We'll go Raichu straight. Raichu on the active is not ideal, but we'll make it work as best we can. We do get a balloon, which is good. Ooh, this is terrible. This is not a good start at all. We will put a balloon on one of the Flaaffies, but I have a feeling this is going to be a short round. Unfortunately, we just don't have the setup right now. At best, I'm going to do 180, and they're very close to KOing me here. Real bad. Last day of Fantasy Basketball Championships, and you have a slight lead going in today. You're really excited, depending on how things go. Looking to stream your reactions in the final 2 hours. Awesome! Best of luck! Also, I think we're already dead, which is awful. At best, based on this hand right now, I can hit for 180. They hit me, and then we're done. So let's just go land this hit, and then we'll GG's out. Ugh. Normally does... Yeah, for us, the deck is built in such a way where Raichu's unlikely to be the only one we get stuck with at the beginning. Unfortunately, we got stuck with Raichu at the beginning. I think that the Raichu's definitely better as a mid to late game Pokemon rather than the start. It's actually been something I've been seeing, because for the other deck that I'm going to show later, I first built it just using my own intuition and trying to build it myself. Then I went and looked at Limitless to see how other people were building the deck, and I said, I don't agree with these lists. So, yeah, I just think that the Raichu does not make for a good starting Pokemon, because you really have to have your board set up for it to hit damage consistently. But if you do start with something like an Arceus or Raikou, which is what the budget deck is built on, where they don't discard energy when they attack, you'll be in a lot better place to set up. JF Raptor asks how I'm doing. I'm doing well. Ooh. Are we going first? We might be going first. This is... Okay, let's see. Oh, another Shadow Rider deck. The first one, I'm pretty sure, was an Arceus Shadow Rider. Even though we didn't see Shadow Rider in play, unfortunately, we bricked so bad that it didn't matter. Ooh, we are going second. Oh, they don't have any energy here. We may want to take the opportunity then. If they have bricked this hard, normally I would get rid of this hand to get the double turbo energy as fast as I can. I'm going to take advantage right here and force them to figure it out with whatever cards they have next. We do have Arceus V-Star in hand. We do have an Air Balloon. We do have a Marnie to get out of this. What we can do right after this turn is get the double turbo energy. Oh, they are going to get set up a little better here. But I think it's imperative at this point. Please don't Marnie. Of course they're gonna Marnie. Ugh. Okay, not necessarily the worst. We might roll into some double turbo energy. We might roll into another Arceus V-Star, maybe some Flaaffy. Okay, not entirely the worst. Okay, do we? I think we got to do this. We're gonna go use an Ultra Ball and discard the Quick Ball and one Mareep. Generally speaking, you don't want to get rid of the Mareeps, but we really want Arceus V-Star right now. And I will play Arceus V here, and I want you to be stuck with those 3 cards. So we're going to pop our Star Birth. We need to get double turbo energy. Have to. Because we want to attack right now. I could Marnie to refresh my hand, but I want to Professor's Research instead because I want them to be stuck with these cards. And yes, I'm not going to do as much damage because of the penalty on double turbo, which is fine. And I will put a... Ooh, yeah, we'll use the level ball. No. How do I want to play this? We'll get rid of one boss to play a Mareep. And we do have the other Flaaffy ready to go. And I will play another level ball to get another Mareep down. And I'll put this Air Balloon onto this Mareep to act as our pivot for later. We will Trinity Nova. Bang. It's enough to get Alcremie down. And we'll put that next bit of energy onto Arceus. And our opponent is in an absolutely horrible spot here. They have bricked incredibly badly here, and they might just GG out. Let's see if they try and play it. Oh, they're going for it. Okay, I respect that. There's a couple of ways we can play it, and I think that they're probably banking on... Alcremie is another Pokemon kind of like the Psychic Raichu, where if you get enough energy on the board, you can one-hit KO anything, which I think they're banking on having. Their big concern here... Okay, good. They swapped out the Lumineon, which... they might be toast here. I don't think this is going far. All right, this is why. Do I actually? You know what? For funsies, let's discard these 2 energies, and I might be putting myself. Oh, Jaden VFX. Thank you so much for the follow. Ooh, do we want to? I'm gonna grab a Flaaffy here. Let's set ourselves up for like a super big attack. It's not going to go that far though. This is already a GG's IMO. We will get Raichu set up just in case. Maybe they're going to want to play this out to the bitter end. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I know I've given myself no outs here, but we will smash with Arceus, throw some more energy on the board. We can just split them up between the 2. Very reckless play on my part here, but at this point, I don't think they're knocking... At worst, if they knock out Raichu, this is kind of a GG's here. No, thank you. Okay, so they're going for their Shadow Rider anyhow. Valiant effort on their part. Depending on how they play this, I think they're already done, but I will, as long as they don't knock out Raichu, we'll probably flex on them a little bit and we'll go with the Raichu KO. Of course, maybe I will get sunned right now and they will surprise me with something absolutely brutal, but I just don't see it. And that was their attach, and maybe they get some more energy here, but I just don't. At this point, they can't even attack, and maybe they're banking on getting Shadow Rider VMAX, which I can't knock out with Arceus, and based on our current hand, I can't. Well, Raichu can knock it out. There you go. So, Raichu does 60 damage times each energy you discard. And we have 9 electric energy on the board at the moment. As long as they don't boss up and knock out Raichu, we've got the one-hit KO in hand. And it's lights out. But, let's see. Maybe they land a big attack here. I don't know. Oh, this isn't... Even if they attach here, which I don't think they can do, I don't think it's enough. Okay. This is the power of Raichu V-Star right here. I'm going to retreat and pull up Raichu. We're going to get rid of the double turbo energy. And... for Dynamic Spark, we're gonna unload. Oh, they didn't let me do it. They didn't let me do it. GG's though. GG's. That would have done, ooh, like close to 600 damage. We'll take it though. We'll take it. And that's the beauty of, I know they started really badly there, but even if that game had gone a little longer, if you get enough energy on the board, Raichu can just smash a VMAX in one hit, which kind of gives you a little more leeway in tight situations. So, GG's. GG's. Okay, let's get in a couple of good game. I want to get at least a couple good I wanted like the big ending with the hit, but unfortunately for them, they just kind of had a poor start. How's everybody's weekend been so far? Mine has been very busy on... Let's go backwards, because I can't remember what I did on Friday. Yesterday, my family and I went to the... Not ideal. We will get... If we're going first, this is not bad. But unfortunately, we don't really have a way to switch. We don't have a second attacker lined up. We don't necessarily... Ooh, we're playing a Zoroark control deck. I'm not really sure what we're up against here, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, my family and I went to the Raptors 905 game yesterday, which was a lot of fun. The Raptors won in a very tight game, hotly contested. I could Marnie here. No, but I know they're not necessarily living their best life either. Okay, so let's go with the Mareep. Try and get 2 Mareeps on the board early. You haven't gone to a 905 game in a while. Yeah, we hadn't either. The last time we went was just before the pandemic started, and we saw Taco Fall play, and that was pretty fun. Not since Bruto? Okay, that's even before us. Yeah, this is a control deck. This is kind of a pain in the butt to fight against because they have just a whole bunch of weird Stage 1 Pokemon that prey on V and V Max decks. And if they can get their energy attached here, this Mareep might be dead. And we might be stuck too. Ugh. Yeah, we might have played ourselves into a dead end here. Unfortunately, if the Mareep gets knocked out, I do have a Raihan, but the Raihan only works if there's energy in the discard, and we just haven't had any energy. Though it looks like they might be stuck too? Okay, let's see how they play this. Yeah, they're gonna evolve and go straight into... Oh, they really need energy right here. Did they get their twin energy or their double turbo? Oh wait, no, they can't do that yet because they have to transform first. And they're gonna go into... Oh, they're gonna go Altar. That gives us like one more... Oh, jeez. Some tricky stuff happening here. And now they will go and evolve. Oh. Yeah, it looks like they've kind of bricked here too. Although we don't really have much time. Yep, they're gonna have their ideal card ready to go. On the next turn, do we get... Oh, no. Oh, no. This sucks. This sucks really bad. They're gonna get a fresh hand. Unfortunate. I don't even want to evolve that Mareep because we may lose it here on this turn. Okay, normally I would just GG, like the moment I know that I'm stuck, I have a bad habit of just quitting because you can just concede, move on to the next game, because it does suck to sit through your opponent moving through their turns when you know you just don't have a shot here. I'm pretty sure we're toast, but I think we have to at least go one more turn to see if we can flip an Arceus V STAR or a professor's research, like anything that will get us out of this hole. But really, it comes down to whatever this card is at the top. Otherwise, we're screwed. Yeah, going to the Raptors 905 game, I love that it's an opportunity to see a lot of the Raptors' younger players. Ooh, okay, here we go. We do get an energy here. And while it's not ideal, there isn't anything we really want to charge up against, we will at least get a KO. Oh, no, we don't? Oh, because of the double turbo? No. Okay. Well. This deck is bricked horribly on this round, and let's see what they have. I'm pretty sure that we're toast, but let's play this out like one more turn. What I do like about Raptors 905 and NBA G League in general, and I think this is, I don't want to make it a local conversation. Like if you don't live in the Toronto area, like if you happen to live near a place where there is an NBA G League team, I would recommend checking it out. Even if you aren't necessarily the biggest basketball fan, I think that you will get to see a basketball at a pretty high level. These are pro players, maybe not NBA pro, but they are very good players, and some players, I think the Raptors have, one of the best G League teams, and they've developed guys who have won championships now and have been all-stars. Pascal and Fred put a lot of time into, well, maybe not so much Fred. Pascal, Norm, Fred, I should say Pascal Siakam, Fred Van Vliet, and Norman Powell have put their time, paid their dues in the G League, and became very good players along the way. So you get the opportunity to see your team's young guns really grow in front of you. It's NBA like atmosphere in terms of the production quality and the types of entertainment they do mid-game. And the biggest thing is that the tickets, I mean, it's going to vary from place to place, but in our neck of the woods, a Raptors 905 ticket is much cheaper than, oh my goodness, at least we get the Raichu here, and maybe we charge Raichu instead, but I don't think that's the right play. I think we still have to knock out Zoroark and take a card here, and maybe, okay, all right. This is better. Yes, so you're watching close to NBA level competition. Some of the best people, practitioners of the sport, playing hard every time, because it is a minor league it's minor league basketball, in the sense that throughout the season, players from the G League can get called up to play in the big leagues, and those guys are playing hard all the time because they're auditioning for an NBA job each time they play. And that does make it exciting, and it's very cheap. It's a great way for, you know, oftentimes for the cost of one NBA ticket, you can take an entire family to a G League game for the same cost. So I'd highly recommend. Does remind me of some other random sporting events that Steph and I have gone to. Roller derby. We happen to be in the city, like, let's just go on an adventure, and we happen to pick up a free newspaper, and they said there was a roller derby event happening later that night, and we just said, you know, let's go for it. And we watched it, and they did an introduction, like they actually had the players do a tutorial of this is how the game works before they got into it. And it was so fun to watch. I really enjoyed it. Also, I just realized our opponent has blown through most of their hand, and they might be in a bit of a pickle here. So let's not count ourselves out just yet. I think we're going to get hit really... Oh... This might hurt. Oh, they didn't get the KO. That's a problem. They're close. They're close. But not quite enough. We do get the Arceus V Star here, and we're going to pop Starbirth. And I think it's really important for us to get... One, we need to refresh our hand. We need to refresh our hand. I don't want to throw out the Mareeps, so we're going to get a Marnie here, which unfortunately helps them too. And we will also get a... Do we get another Arceus set up? Or do we just go with the guaranteed Mareep here? Is it too late for Mareep? No, we'll go with the Mareep. I do want that down on the board. We will refresh our hand. Unfortunately, we're extending their life a little longer. Interesting. We could go straight to Raichu here, which I don't necessarily know if that's the right call. I think we gotta go... Alright, we're gonna gamble. I'm feeling like gambling here. Let's go play a Crobat, draw a couple more cards, and hopefully we get a... Here. We'll attach to this Raichu. And we'll discard 2 more energy, which may have been a bad choice. We'll get a second Arceus out. And we're going to throw a whole bunch of energy. We're going to get the KO here. Throw a whole bunch of energy on the board. And go 1. We're going to put it all on Arceus. The next one. They're probably going to knock out. I would assume that this Arceus V-Star is done. But this is going to be tricky. This deck, the deck that I've made, isn't necessarily ideal against a single prize deck. The Arceuses are pretty tanky. We might actually have to switch our game plan. We may need to go all 3 Arceuses just to get the extra health, because Raichu's damage output doesn't really matter against a single prize deck. But we do have Raichu on deck just in case. I'm also concerned that because I do have a Marnie here, which will freshen up our hand, but I don't know if I want to do that, because I don't want them to have more turns to play. Because yeah, the moment I use Marnie here, they end up with a whole bunch of cards back in their hand, which I don't want. So what's the correct play here? Do we stall for time? Maybe we rely less on the Mareep. And okay, they have 6 cards. Or do we just play for what we need? I don't know. What are they going to transform into? The Flaaffy, and that's going to hurt. What will that hit for? Like 150? Because of this Acid Mucus move? Oh, that's going to hit for a lot. Because 1, 2, 3, yeah, a lot of damage. Oh, okay, 3. See, they've only got 2 cards left here. I might actually be in a better position if we just put the Mareep out on the board. But I don't want them to do... Okay, we're going to go with the Arceus. And I'm going to... I think we have to knock out the... Let's attach energy to this Raichu and attach another one to this Crobat. I don't think bossing up anything helps us here. Or do we bank on eating 150? And do they have anything here that could murder us? Because if this is stuck as Flaaffy, I know it's going to hit for 150. But if they... Let's go with this Zorua. Yeah. At least this way, I know that I'm going to eat 150, and it's not going to knock anything I have out. They may deck out here, right? I know I'm going to eat 150, but they're going to need at least 2 shots to knock out... 2 shots with Flaaffy to knock out Arceus, and they have 1 card left. Gali, what's up? Sorry about the Snorlax there. Better luck next time. If they have a Marnie, which, let's see. Oh, we got it! We got... War of Attrition there. I'll take it. I'll take it. We didn't really get to showcase the power of Raichu V-Star there, but we were able to hang on against a single prize deck, which is going to be a tough match for us. I think they just went too hard. They didn't get the cards they needed, and they decked out. How's the Raptors game? You saw my insights. Yeah, we were just talking about it. It was fun. They played very well. It was the final game of the season. They won the game. They clinched the first seed in their division, and it's going to be... Yeah, it was a great time. And Megan plays games. How's it going? And yeah, Gally, sorry to hear that you haven't been feeling well. I hope it's not the thing. I mean, I don't wish anything anything bad on you, but I hope it's not the thing, and I hope you get better soon. Okay, we're going second. We do have the quick ball here, which does get us access to Arceus right away, which is great. Ooh, we're playing a Rayquaza deck. I'm gonna guess there's an Arceus here. There has to be an Arceus here, right? As you know, well, maybe you don't know, I have very mixed feelings about Rayquaza. Okay, maybe they're not mixed. I built a Rayquaza deck because of the hype going into Evolving Skies, and I hated it. And I do think Rayquaza is better now in light of... Oh, okay. This is... We definitely need to get Arceus into the active. And I think we can get rid of a double turbo. And I think we get rid of the energy, actually. No, I don't want to get rid of the energy. We can get rid of the double turbo. And I will get rid of... This might seem counterintuitive. And get rid of the level ball. I know we could use that to get Flaaffy. But I think it's really important that we get Arceus, a second Arceus on the board right now. And we charge up. Gally says it's not the thing, it's just a regular cough. Okay. I'm glad it could be much worse, but it's not. So, ooh, our opponent's also playing Stormy Mountain, which actually helps us a little bit. We can bring out a Raichu. We can bring out... Oh, this is actually a very good match for Raichu, because Raichu can smash a Rayquaza in one hit. Let's see if we can set that up. I think, so for anyone wondering like why I don't believe in Rayquaza, this was one of the most hyped cards going into Evolving Skies. It operates very similarly to an old Rayquaza that has almost the same moves and works off the same concept, but in current times, I think it is too clunky of a deck. Yes, it has one-hit KO potential, but between having to put a bunch of energy on it, and you need two different types of energy, and you can only really accelerate electric energy, I guess you could also play the Fire Stadium at this point, which might actually be not a bad idea. But it is a lot of work relative to other options in the game. Ooh, they pulled out the Rose, which will get them a fire energy quickly if they can set it up properly. All right, so our goal here, I don't think they can Marnie us at this point. We're gonna evolve up to Arceus V-Star, put this energy on. We will get to draw 2 cards. We'll get a second Arceus V-Star and a Raichu. Do we have any energy in the discard? Yeah. And a Raichu. Professor's Research. And we want to set up, because at that point we should have like 7 energy on the board, and we can destroy one Rayquaza in a single shot. Ooh, actually, we can take a quick hit on a Kricketune right now, which I don't hate. Do we want to do that instead of the Professor's Research, though? I think we do. Let's go pop it. Starbirth. Let's go grab a Raichu and a Boss's Orders. I'm playing a little aggressive here. I do want them to be down 2 prizes, and I do want Raichu ready to go. And we will take a third Mareep here. And we will boss up this Kricketune. We can hit for 180, plus get a bunch of energy onto Raichu. All of a sudden, they're down 2 prizes, and I have everything I need to one-hit KO a Rayquaza. Space Cactus, what's up? And right now they're still struggling. They have to find the fire. Now they have to find a fire energy, a switch. They need to get, okay, they do get the balloon. How much energy do they have in their discard right now? 1. Even if they get that, they attach that to this Rayquaza and they get the fire, it's still not going to knock out Arceus. I don't think it will. It goes 100, 180, 260. I think they're just a bit short. And Raichu's gonna come in and demolish this Rayquaza. And even if... And then yeah, we're gonna discard a bunch of energy in the process, but we should be able to, with 3 Mareeps. We do have an Arceus to stall for time. Oh, we're gonna have to get rid of that. We may need to get some more energy in the discard pile. But they're gonna be in a really bad spot if they try and attack with that Rayquaza right now. Am I a real expert? I am not a real expert at this game. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I appreciate the compliment though, Gali. I'm just trying to share the little bit of energy that, or knowledge that I have. And I do have an educational segment coming up a little later on the stream. I want to go through the process of deck building, and I think this is something that we can repeat on each of these streams. Deck building is very difficult in the Pokemon TCG, knowing which cards to build. And I think I have a cool idea for, let's build a deck together from scratch. I'll walk you through the thought process of like which cards to put in and how. Do they have a fire energy? If they have a fire energy here, then they can smash. That Rayquaza is ready to go. The one on the far right here. Let's see how they play it. They still can't attack. This is okay. I don't think they have they just burned their attachment on this, so they're not going to be able to get a fire out, which sucks for them. Oh my goodness. And look, they've got the... They will get a knockout here. Like, odds are this Arceus is dead. I'm not too worried about it. I will be kind of worried if they knock out Raichu. But, yeah, they've gone really long without finding the fire energy, which I think is the worst part of the Rayquaza deck. And yes, you could put a whole bunch of fire energy on here, but you don't really need it. Anyway, here we go. Trinity Nova, Starbirth, hit for a whole bunch. We've literally used all the energy. And we're going to put it on Arceus here. All of the energy we currently have available in our deck is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. If they get the fire energy here, and even if they knock out this Arceus, I will smash for a lot. I actually can't wait. All right, they're not going to be able to boss up the Raichu here because they use Professor's Research. At best, yeah, they're going to get the fire energy. They're going to knock out the Arceus, which is fine. Absolutely fine. Yeah, I will smash. Yep. Just so I got the math right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is game. They've already lost. I don't think they know that yet, but they've already lost. Okay. I'm not going to mess around too much here because I don't know if they know. I don't want them to quit before the inevitable happens. Here we go. Dynamotor, and we're going to empty the clip. 1, 2, Dynamic Spark. Unload all of our energy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 9, 10. Done. 600 damage. Get out of here. Take our 3 prizes. Win the game. Oh, I love to see it. Woo!
we go. Raichu or Raichu. Absolutely obliterating
That Rayquaza. Oh my goodness. Love to see it. Love to see it. And there you go. The power of Raichu Arceus. Raichu doesn't have a lot of health. Raichu doesn't have a lot of health, but Raichu can hit so hard if you get the board set up properly with Arceus. It's so easy to do that. Woo! How about we let's try and get one more in, and then let's talk about some news in the Pokemon trading card game community. Some really amazing news if you're looking to get a competitive deck, which is the hardest thing to do in this game, is to get a competitively viable deck, and not even like one that you can win the world championships with. Like if all you want is a deck that allows you to not get your butt kicked when you play online, so hard to do. But the Pokemon Company has an amazing answer to that challenge, and we're gonna cover that here. Oh, that was it. That was the thing I forgot. How was axe throwing? So on Friday night, Steph and I went to a spot that does axe throwing and knife throwing and archery, and we decided to go with we have too much. I think we're playing a Malamar deck. Yeah, we're playing a Malamar deck. This is not ideal. Okay, we'll make this work as best we can. Axe throwing was a lot of fun. I have gone axe throwing before, and I don't think I'm that great at it, but it is fun to, wind up, throw the axes, and hit the target. And so the first half of the proceedings was axe throwing, and Steph and I more or less tied there. I think she might have had me beat a little, like, okay. Ooh, do we risk going for a wider setup? Ooh, I don't necessarily want to give them a better hand yet. So we're going to Trinity Charge here, and let's put this energy onto this Arceus. Then we did knife throwing, and the instructor person that was with us had mentioned that it's very divisive in terms of some people are really good at the knife throwing, some people like really gravitate towards the axe throwing, and I discovered that I am much better at throwing knives than I am at throwing axes. And I don't know what it is. I think there is, with axes, it's a little heavier and the weight is more uneven, but you it doesn't need as much technique. But then again, like with knife throwing, I felt there was a long stretch where it's just like after the first throw, which was terrible, I changed my grip and then I was just like hitting the target every time. And there were multiple instances where I hit the target in almost the exact same spot. Like, let me show you. I know you can't see. Look at that. Double bullseye almost on top of each other, and I swear I didn't just put the knives in the board. Like, that actually happened. Ooh, they still don't have a... We're gonna Starbirth here. I do want to knock out this, knock out that Octillery. We're gonna go with an Electric Energy and a Professor's Research here. I know I'm getting rid of 2 double turbos, which could be a problem. I get that. And I could Marnie instead. I get that too. And we're actually going to go Arceus here. We're going to go all Arceus. And do I have... Because Arceus is going to be tankier than Raichu. And I'm going to force them to... knock out. Yeah, this is not going to be the Raichu game here, unfortunately. Raichu or Daichu indeed. Oh, hold on. Wait. Did I goof this already? Hold on. I can still attach, right? Oh, no. I did goof this already. Amazing. Yeah, I screwed that up. Okay. Well, we can still salvage this. We can still salvage this. But I could have played that more optimally. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Jet Professional Assassin, apparently. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, like, I'm ready to be a ninja now. Here's another one where the knives almost the same they're touching each other. I know the angle's very weird on both, but they are touching there. Ton of fun. Would definitely do that again. They do have a bunch of cards here. We might lose to this, and it wouldn't be ideal, but it is possible that we do take an L to this deck. Malamar has very much proven to be a top tier deck in the current meta, and so we're kind of doing our best here. If we can force them to, as long as they can't one-hit KO, which this deck totally can one-hit KO, and Arceus V-Star, it can do 300 plus damage. If we can knock out the Octillery, that would be ideal. And so I'm kind of jumping back and forth here of what's the Ultra Ball I think is going to be key. They might, okay. That Rapid Strike Remoraid is going to do another 40 damage on us. I don't know if they have enough. I think they're going to be close. They're holding everything. Secret Ply, how's it going? And no, I'm not a podcaster, but yeah, they're stacking the entire, they want this knockout right here, and they might get it. Oh, they didn't. Oh no. That's kind of rough for them, and we get the boss's orders too. Oh, this is a bad break for them. Not to say they can't get out of this. I've had Malamars get out of this situation many a time. We will set up our third. Do we? Actually, I'm gonna gamble here. How many more? We've got one more Arceus V-Star. I could take that right now. I will gamble. And I'm gonna draw some extra cards to give us more outs potentially. We do get a Professor's Research, fantastic. I'm not gonna bench the Raichu here, but we will go after the Octillery, and we will hit, take that out, and now they don't have easy access to Karina's Focus. And now it's going to be tough for them to, like, even if they knock out this, if they knock out this Arceus, they're going to need 2 turns to set up the Octillery, which may be enough. If I could get a second boss, if I can top deck one more boss, I think we've got him. Oh, they did get the Cynthia's Ambition. Damn. Okay. You don't know what happened? Okay, this is actually a great question. Let me explain how this deck works. This is Malamar, Rapid Strike Malamar, and it has very low health at 120 HP, but it has a move called Rapid Strike Tentacles, which does 40 damage for each Rapid Strike card they reveal here. And so they showed me 2 Rapid Strike cards. That does 80 damage. That's just enough to knock me out. And then the cards get shuffled back into the deck. And so what they're constantly trying to do is fill their hand with Rapid Strike cards so that they can hit as hard as they can. And the thing is, because they keep putting energy back, or putting the Rapid Strike cards back in the deck, and they're weeding out the other cards, they will have a higher chance of drawing into the Rapid Strike cards, which makes it easier for them to do a gajillion damage, is essentially what's going on here. All right, I'm going to throw out my entire hand here because this really comes down to Okay, we do get the boss's orders. I didn't get... Unfortunately, we did not get the Arceus V-Star here, so we did gamble pretty hard on that front, and we lost. Ooh, I could have escape roped, which might have been helpful. Okay, let's see. Can they set up the one-hit KO here? If they can, we're in big trouble. If they can't, we might be okay. So they have 8 cards here, right? 1, 2, 3, 7 at the moment. Oh, they got rid of 1, got 2. They're going to need 6. They're gonna need 6 times 4 is 24. I think they're gonna need 8 Rapid Strike cards to knock this out in one hit. And they might get it. How's it been? Yeah, it's been all right. We've been having an okay time with this Arceus Raichu deck. We had the massive knockout earlier. I'm trying to get one more good game in to really showcase what Arceus Raichu can do. And then we have some news to cover. We got to open some packs, and they might get it. 7? Okay. They do pull out the Malamar. Are they going to evolve the Inkay on the bench, or are they going to hold on? They're going to hold on to it. And maybe they have enough cards here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They did get it. Damn. Okay. Here's the gamble. This is a massive gamble. An insanely massive gamble. Okay, they only have 2 cards in their hand right now. They're going to need 4, 8, 12, 20. They're going to need 6 Rapid Strike cards to knock this out. Now, they only have 2 cards in their hand. This Octillery can get them Karina's Focus to get them 6. If I don't, I could play to knock this out, and then they might get set up. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. With the lower health Arceus V-Star, we're gonna knock out this Octillery, and I'm saying, bet you don't have what you need to knock me out right now. Can you get to 7 cards? And maybe they can. Oh gosh. They might. Damn it. They do get the Remoraid back, but they're probably going to play the Remoraid, right? Let's see. Those 6 cards they have right now may knock me out, as is. Yeah, I'm sweating too, Gali. I'm sweating too. Shoot, we probably should have put a Flaaffy on the board, because we can bail out, and might have been able to bail out on this Arceus. And ooh. Let's see how they do it. Can they knock out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they can't. They're 20 damage short, and they've only got 1 card in hand. Okay. We're not out of this yet. Here's the play. Here's the play. Oh, wait. I'm going to freshen up their hand, too. This is bad. Because if I use Professor's Research right here, I will be down to 1 card, which is terrible. However, if I use Marnie right now, I give them more cards. This is not ideal. Okay. The gamble here is I'm going to Marnie. I need 1 energy and the last Arceus V Star. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Okay. This is very bad. Because we're almost out of cards. I do have a Marnie. There's no energy left in this whole thing. Oh gosh. Yikes. If I lose this Mareep or this Flaaffy, I'm dead. If I lose... Oh, this sucks. This sucks really bad. Because I can't put Arceus in the active. I have to put Crobat up. I need to accelerate off the discard pile. Unfortunately, it's a lot easier for our opponent to knock out the Crobat. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. We've probably lost. I hate to see it. Oh! They don't have it! They don't have it! Okay. Ooh, a Marnie's actually probably gonna be very... do we bank on... Do they have a bad hand? Do they have a bad hand? Is really what we're banking on here. I think we're gonna Marnie. Yeah, let's go for it. And that does give us access to boss. Just in case, it's probably not gonna matter though. And let's go Trinity Nova. Knock out that Cinccino, which does make it harder for them to accelerate their hand. And now they have to get like 7 cards, 7 Rapid Strike cards to win this game without the help of Octillery, without the help. They might have Cynthia's Ambition here. How many? They've used all 4 Cynthia's Ambitions. Ooh. Ooh, Professor's Research. They do have the Desperation. Professor's Research, and they can discard. Oh, they're getting 2 more. Uh-oh, this might be it. This might have done it. Oh, man, this is coming down to the wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 10 cards. I think they won. I think they won. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they won. GG's, we hung in there. We did hang in there as long as we could. Damn. Okay. Okay. Oh, it was fine. We were against the top tier deck. They did have the single prize advantage. We did stall it to bring it down to the wire. And I think the big mistake that I made was that I should have set up more Flaaffies early. The moment I said, like, okay, this is an Arceus game now, I still should have had the Flaaffies on the board to recharge the Arceuses, because I didn't realize I was out of energy at that point. The more you know. Okay. We're going to take a quick second here to talk about some really important Pokemon news. I do want to get at least one more good match in with the Arceus Raichu deck before moving on to the budget version of it. Maybe budget version is not the right term. The other version of the deck that is easier to build. Okay, let me switch to this camera here. Let me double check. This camera is okay. This camera is not working. Let me fix that. Okay, great. And actually, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and we're going to zoom in on this. Here, I'll zoom out 1. Okay. Spoilers for those watching on stream. Here we go. one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing to do in the Pokemon trading card game is to build a competitive deck. Often you're either opening packs and trying to get cards from random sets to pull them all together to make something good, or you're going to the store to buy single cards, and some of the prices are absolutely insane for some of the best cards in the game. And in the Pokemon trading card game, the deck options have been not good to okay. For a long time, Pokemon put out theme decks, which were pretty popular, and they're still popular in PTCGO, but they're not that competitively viable. They have started putting out league battle decks. There's a Zacian one, Inteleon, and 2 Urshifu decks that are pretty good, and they have a lot of they have the foundation of a solid deck, but they're a couple of cards short from being truly competitive out of the box. I happen to have all 4 of those league battle decks, and I'm in the process of actually building them out. Do I have? No, this is the Zacian one. Okay, I don't have it here. They're up there on the shelf. There are a couple cards short. You kind of have to do the legwork to get the cards you need. But later this summer, in June, the Pokemon Company is releasing 2 more League Battle decks. I hit the wrong button. For Shadow Rider Calyrex and Ice Rider Calyrex. And one of the things we noticed immediately as a community is that marker on the box says play level 3. These are the first products that they have flagged as play level 3. The Urshifu deck is level 2, and that comes with 2 Urshifu V, 2 Urshifu V Max, and a solid list of support Pokemon and trainers. But as a level 3 product, we expect this to be better. How much better? Well, right off the top, we can look at the picture here, and on both of these, instead of 2 Vs and 2 V Maxes, this is 3 Vs and 3 V Maxes. This is amazing, right? V and V Max cards are the hardest cards to get. They're pretty rare. They're kind of expensive to buy if you're trying to buy singles. And in the old boxes, the level 2s, you're getting 2-2, which is a good start, but for the most part, you're not really playing a competitive deck because you're a couple cards short. For a 3-3 Ice Rider, like that's good. You can get 1 more Ice Rider V just to make it a little more consistent. You can totally fight with a 3-3 Ice Rider Calyrex. For Shadow Rider, you kind of want 4-4, but there are ways to play it 3-3. This is still very good, and it's a huge jump. Like, it is such a big deal to have the extra V and V Max card to make it a more competitively viable deck. On top of that, we've got screenshots for the deck lists on the back. So are you getting good support cards? Are you getting the right amount of energy? And these look fantastic. Let's look at the Ice Rider one, for example. You're getting the full Inteleon line, 4 Sobbles, presumably 4 Shady Dealings Drizzile, and you're getting 2 Shady Dealings Inteleons and 2 Quick Shooting Inteleons. Like, oh my goodness. I've really struggled to get the Shady Dealings line, and it's all here. All of the cards you want. Just like that. Drizzle by itself is like a $5 US card, and just to get 4 Drizziles is almost the cost of this entire box, and you're getting like an entire competitive deck for the price of these. Like, it's crazy. You're also getting 2 Air Balloon, Boss's Orders, Capacious Bucket. You're getting the Melanie cards. You're getting 9 Water Energy, 4 Path to the Peak. I can nitpick this deck, and there's a couple of things I would tweak here and there, but looking at it out of the box, you absolutely could play in a local tournament. You could play in PTCGO or PTCG Live with this deck as is and have a good time. Fantastic. It's like the first time that Pokemon's put out just like, here's a truly competitive deck. You don't have to go and find your own cards. Just use this and you're good. The Shadow Rider deck is very good as well. It's got the 3V VMAX, 3 Castelia, which is maybe a little too many. It does have that cool move if you're going second where you can accelerate 3 to the board. It's got the Galarian Articuno as kind of a substitute for a Shadow Rider an extra Shadow Rider V and V Max, and while it doesn't hit particularly hard, when you put it on the board, you can attach 2 energy to it right away, which does make Shadow Rider Calyrex's attacks even stronger. It's not a bad compromise there. You do get a Pumpkaboo to knock off Path to the Peak as a stadium, and then from here, you're getting a really solid list of trainer cards as well. You're getting 3 Boss's Orders, 4 Marnie, 4 Professor's Research, all your Pokemon search cards from Fog Crystal, Great Ball, Quick Ball, 3 training courts there as well to get your 15 Psychic Energy back. As a competitive player, 15 generally speaking is a lot, but it is the Shadow Rider deck which tries to flood your side of the board with energy, so that's more or less the right amount that you would want. So if you are looking to get into the Pokemon trading card game, you're looking to play it, and I like, you don't have to necessarily want to be a tournament level player. If you just want to play PTCGO or play with your friends with something that is competitively viable against pretty much anything, these are fantastic options and the best decks we've seen pre-made from Pokemon to date, and I look forward to picking these up later this year. They'll be out in June, and we'll go from there. I'm actually so excited by the proposition here that the next stream we will stream with this deck. Now, I don't have the physical deck's not coming out until June, but I do have all the cards to make this version. So the next stream is going to be a League Battle Deck Ice Rider Calyrex stream, and I'll show how to tweak this deck a little more to make it competitively viable in the current meta. So again, kudos to the Pokemon Company for continuing to step up and give players competitive decks they can use right away, because I think this the hardest part of getting into this game is getting a good deck, and for Pokemon to finally say just buy this one thing and you're good, it's fantastic. Love to see it. Again, like I haven't been playing this game particularly long, but I have been here long enough to see the struggle of building a deck, and I was actually watching another Pokemon TCG stream last night from someone who I'm pretty sure they were fairly new to the game, because they were playing theme decks first, and then they pulled out their own custom deck, and it wasn't a very well put together deck, and it's hard, and like I could really empathize. Also, this is a horrible starting hand. We might just quit because we just can't do anything here. Let's see what we got. Oh, yikes. You know what? We're gonna scoop here because like there's no outs. And I could really relate to watching him, and he just had like, here's my deck. I've got a whole bunch of V and V Max cards because these look cool and they have high health, but he didn't have any sort of draw support, energy acceleration, and then he would just get matched up against. He got matched up against Mew V Max and got absolutely destroyed, and I felt bad for him. And it was tough to see, like he didn't understand why he was in the predicament he was in. And I remember being there myself not that long ago, and thinking about the work that I had to go through to get to that point, where get to this point now where I just have a better understanding of how to build, or like where to go to get the information. And for Pokemon to finally just put out just do the thing, just give people an easy way to go and get the cards to play this game the way you want people to play it. Just do it. The Pikachu in the loading screen, that's cute. Definitely. I don't know, they're playing some sort of Arceus variant here. We are going to risk it for the biscuit right now. I could attach this energy right now, but I really want the double turbo right now, and I'm willing to throw away all of my resources right now for a shot at getting it. And we didn't get it. It's amazing. Oh, we're screwed now. Oh, we're so screwed now. This is my biggest beef. My biggest beef with Arceus is a fantastic card. But if you can't get, and now they're going to hit for, they're not going to knock us out right here, but it's not looking great. They do get the Trinity charge. Okay. Again, I'm going to play... I could... Oh, yes. Actually, we're going to Arceus VSTAR right here. And we will discard... let's discard the 2 energy. I will get Arceus VSTAR. And we will pop our VSTAR ability Starbirth. I'm going to get a double turbo. And what else do we want? I'm going to Professor's Research here too. And let's see if we can get set up a little better here. I'm not going to be able to knock that out even if I had a choice belt, so we're just going to let that go. Not even worry about it. And we will attach some energy to... We've thrown out a lot of energy. That does concern me some, because we are not giving ourselves enough slack for Raichu here, who we're going to play right now. And we will hit for a nice 180. And let's go... Oh, okay. And we'll put 1 on Raichu. I probably should have thrown out the Professor's Research instead of the Marnie. But I didn't want... Oh, the Sharon's Care. Such a good card. They're going to be able to take Arceus V out. And they will... Are they going to try and attack here? Okay. They're going to hit for that instead of charging, which is fine. Which is fine. Ooh, do we go... Okay, how brazen are we feeling right now? Because we can knock that out. We can knock out that Arceus V with Raichu. Oh, I like this. I like this. Okay. Now I'm feeling more brazen. I am feeling more brazen. 3, 2. Because now we can hit for... Let's retreat, and we'll put Raichu up here, and we'll just get rid of this double turbo, and I can reattach this, and let's put a balloon on Raichu, and Dynamic Spark, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should do it. Bang. Now, they might have... If they have the right combination of cards, we might lose Raichu here. Which I don't think they do. Like, yeah, if they have Arceus VSTAR here... Okay, we do lose the balloon. We're kind of, well, retreating with Arceus. Oh, okay, they GG'd out. That was it. I think having the extra damage at the end there was enough to win that game. Had we, I know they had a bad hand, but had we used the Arceus to attack and let them have 2 Arceuses on the board, they would have had more outs and opportunities to take that win. But knocking that first Arceus out that had all the energy, they were stuck with the one with the double turbo, didn't have enough. Even if they got Arceus VSTAR there and knocked it out, we still would have been fine, because they would have been down 2 prizes and not had enough to get that win. So love to see it. Let's see if we can get like one more like actually good one. That unfortunately they got stuck with a bad hand there. So after that, let's open some packs. We'll go to the next thing, and I think we'll end the stream with the deck building part. Ooh. Are we going first? Okay, we're not going first. Oh no, not this deck. I hate this deck so much. The Wheezing, Sableye, Hoopa, Moltres combination. This is such an annoying deck. Very good deck. Very hard, extremely hard deck to play. It does help though that they are playing a version that has 2 prize Pokemon in it, such as Crobat, such as Sableye, which does give us some opportunity to get set up here. Our big problem though is that this entire deck relies on abilities, and this Coughing will turn into a Wheezing that shuts off all abilities. So we're gonna be in a bad spot here in just a sec if we can't get the right combination of cards. I will try. Is it best to get a Crobat, which will technically give us a couple more cards? I'm looking for... Oh, yikes. We didn't get what we were looking for there. I need an Arceus. I need the double turbo, and we didn't get what we were looking for. Oh, this is really bad. Like, really, really bad. And we've thrown out so much energy at this point. Okay. Not the end of the world, but we have thrown out 4 energy already, and we're gonna lose the ability to charge our stuff very soon. So I'm really looking for an electric energy, a balloon, an Arceus V-Star, and we'll be okay. But right now it's kind of looking rough. Oh, and we're gonna get bossed. What are they gonna boss up? Oh, that's actually what I wanted. They picked the wrong card. I'm pretty sure they picked the wrong card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what they meant to play. Oh, hold on. Because that actually makes it easier for us. Now all I need is an energy, bare minimum. Which I may not get, TBH. Oh, I do get the energy, but I don't have Arceus V-Star, which is awful. We will get the KO though. We will get the KO, and we're gonna shut this guy up for... Oh no! Oh, this is bad. Now this is bad. Because now this is in position to knock us out in one hit. And this is here to knock off all our energy. That's amazing. Okay. So this is going to do 180 now. And that's pretty awesome. And if we boss up the Sableye, and we go and Starbirth here. Oh, we got I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. That could have gone really bad. But we got him. We got him. All right. Not quite the match we were looking for, but we'll take it. Do I try? Let's try one more time, and then let's open up some packs. Then we'll move on to the next thing. Christopher. Ah, yes. First emote spamming, and then scooping. Kekta. Welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, I think there's a setting that you can turn that off, but I don't know. Are we going first? If we're going first, we'll go with Raichu. If not, I may regret that. And we're up against a grass deck of some sort. I don't know what that means. Raichu in going first is not bad because you do get fast charge and the ability to use dynamic spark. And so you can get that attack ready to go. Now, I will want to go with a Mareep here. We do have the Crobat. And do I want to put a balloon on Raichu? Because I need to get rid of one of these two things. And I think I would rather get rid of the switch. Okay. Do we go Arceus here, or do we go with another? I think we go Arceus, just to be safe. Let's see what we can get. All right. This is good. This is all right. This is all right. We'll go fast charge, and we will attach to ourselves and be ready to hit for 180, possibly 240 on the first go. Yeah, I know you can click on their avatar, and I always do. I take it you are an avid player of PTCGO? They're in a bad spot if they've got just Bidoof right now, and they are stalling for... Okay, they're thinking this through. I'm guessing this is a Leafeon deck of some sort. And that is... Oh, Butterfree! What are we... I've never played against this card in my life. Okay, so this is... It's gotta be the VMAX that we're playing against, right? This is a terrible card. Ooh. Okay. Let's go and discard this energy. And I think we really want Arceus V Star here. And the two cards we want... Oh, we can just... I think we can... I can't knock that out yet. Actually, hold on. If I play this right... If I play boss to get this here, and I need 2 energy, can I... Okay, risking it for the biscuit. Risking it for the biscuit. I still have another escape rope here, which is amazing because Starbirth, we go... We get the other a 4th electric energy, and we go... Do we have an escape rope? No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Because we're gonna go switch boss. We're playing... We're everything right now. Raichu or Daichu. We let it rip. Hit 240 off the top. Do they have time to recover? And we see if they scoop. They're the terrible... Okay, they do have Cynthia's Ambition. I may have gotten a little greedy here. However, if we can get... Oh, we've thrown out a ton of energy here. If we can get a second... If we can get a second Flaaffy, we can attack with Arceus V. There it is. GG's. GG's. Again, power of Raichu. Raichu's not necessarily my favorite Pokemon to start the match with, but if you can set it up just right, on your second turn, you can hit for 200 plus, and depending on what your opponent's starting with, that might be enough to win the game. And that was an example of it right there. So GG's. Secret Plat going for it. How about we open some packs? And to your point, Chris, about Arceus, I've got a version of this deck that we're playing just now that doesn't have Arceus in it because Arceus is so hard to get, right? They trade for, I think the Arceus V trades for over 20 packs and Arceus V-Star trades for over 30 packs per card. And I've got a version of the deck that works very similarly that's a lot cheaper to build. Of course, it's not as good, but it gets you like 70% of the way there. for a lot lower of a barrier. All right, it's time. It's time. We've got a whole bunch of packs to open here. At least 29 packs of Brilliant Stars. And maybe we'll open a couple other ones as well. We do have our full line of Arceus V and V-Star. However, if we do pull extras, I can probably flip them on the open market. There are some other cards in Brilliant Stars that I'm missing as well. I'd like to get some Kinglers, some Entei, and a couple of other ones as well. Can you put deck building on YouTube? What do you mean by that? I do have a deck building segment planned for later in the stream. This is probably towards the end. But yes, I do have a YouTube channel. Here we go. Where's the button for that? I'm also on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and the past live streams and the highlights are there. And there's a lot of Pokemon resources there. All of the decks I cover the deck list. I crop just the best matches. And the deck building segment that I do have planned later in the stream, I will also just crop that part out and put it on YouTube. And also, hello, Peralta. All right, pack opening time. We've got 29 packs of Brilliant Stars. Again, I've got my Arceuses. We're good on that front. Still kind of looking for some Entei, some Kinglers, V and V Max, and some other good cards here. If we do get the Arceuses, we'll probably flip them for a bunch of packs. It's still going to be hype nonetheless. I did get some Charizards. I do have an Arceus Charizard deck ready to go. And I got the... Also, thank you, B Peralta, for the follow. Truly appreciate it. Did get a choice belt. Love to see those, even though I have 11 of them. And... okay, I'm not mad at Bibarel. I use this card. I love Bibarel. This is a card that we're actually going to use it in the next deck. Helps you draw up to 5 cards. It's kind of the ghetto Genesect that everyone can use, and I love it. You shine, Beaver King. I have too many of them, but not mad at that. And a Torterra. I do have the cards to build this as a single prize deck. It's not bad. It does have the potential to hit very hard. It is a little slow to set up. All right, next we'll fly through these. Hopefully get some bangers here. I do want to build this Riolu deck. I'm short on Lucarios. Maybe we'll get those here. And another Bibarel. Okay. Okay. Maybe just collect all the Bibarel cards. I only need 4. Ooh, we got a full set of double turbo energies. Love to see those. And a Magmortar. There is a deck you can make because Magmortar and Electivire combo together really well, where if Electivire is on the bench, Magmortar actually does 240 damage instead of the 120 it normally does with Bolt Explosion. I've seen this deck online once, and I demolished it. 1, because I was playing Mew VMAX, and 2, it's a little slow to get off the ground. Not to say you shouldn't try it, but ooh, Alcremie. I do want to build this deck. Alcremie has a really interesting ability as long as your Pokemon... oh, it's the Rainbow flavor. 10 damage, plus this attack does 40 more damage for each type of basic energy attached to all your Pokemon. So the general idea is you flood the board with like every type of energy, and Alcremie can hit for over 200 damage per. It's really hard to get going, but when you do, holy cow, it's pretty sick. I need 3 more of those. Electric vibes. Yeah, we're definitely playing electric decks today, which is, oh, as I was saying, we were looking for these Entei. Got it. Entei. It's got 230 HP, which is a little higher for a Pokemon V. It does have the ability Fleet-Footed. When it's in the active, you can draw a card, and it has the attack Burning Rondo, which does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon on both sides. So this can hit for up to 220. I think it is a worse it is a worse Suicune because of the retreat cost. The high health doesn't really account for retreats really bad, and fire cards don't have quite the same support, but we will try to make that work at some point. We'll try and make it work. Okay, what do we get here? I guess we should try and build the Wormadam deck. This one is, there's a Burmy, and then there's 3 different types of Wormadam, and Wormadam, the move Matron's Anger, does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile, so you're throwing out a whole bunch of Pokemon, and you evolve to the right Wormadam to hit for weakness, and even if you don't, you can still do decent damage, but I haven't tried playing that one yet. I have a hard time playing single prize decks. I find that they are definitely harder to win with. Unless you're playing, say, Malamar. And Malamar's just a top deck in general at this point. For anyone who plays, what is your go-to deck right now? Ooh, I mean, we do get the evolution line here, but no one's really using this card. Sharon's Care is a very good card to get. Holy cow. In Arceus decks, ooh, Chef's Kiss, being able to just heal up, basically heal up, or reset an Arceus V, and then bring another one in, like, just extends the game so much longer in your favor. So good. So Chris, okay, let's open this, flip this card. Ooh, Infernape, no good. Chris says single prize decks often need more setup and stuff, get more easily disrupted, sometimes lose to a boss. Yes, they are very tough to play in the current climate of V and VMAX Pokemon, and it was even worse during the GX and Tag Team GX era. So I generally shy away from those types of decks. The Pokemon Company is getting better at making archetypes that are single prize that can compete against Vs and VMAXs, but generally speaking, it's really hard for a V or a single prize deck to overcome that. Gali says your go-to deck is made out of wood. And BT says your Mew VMAX only. I mean, on one hand, you're not broke if you've got a Mew VMAX deck. 2, you're totally broke if you burned all your resources to get a Mew VMAX deck. So I get it. It took me a long time and a lot of resources to build my Mew deck. Empoleon. This one has an interesting ability where if this Pokemon's in the discard pile and you run out of cards, you can put this on your bench and draw 3. It's a little too niche, especially when its attack doesn't do very much, but it's an interesting proposition. Number 2, yeah. I was lucky. I pulled most of the Mews. I think I had to trade for at least 1 Mew VMAX. I had to trade for at least 1 Mew V. But I opened hundreds of Fusion Strike packs to get the cards that I needed. And still had to trade for at least 1 Genesect, possibly 2. Oh, snap! We got some bling with the Rapids. Okay, hold on. We'll come back to that. And Electric Gold Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, one of my favorite cards. One of my favorite cards because Gale Thrust Gmax Rapid Flow, hitting the bench for 120 to 2 targets, upwards of 180 if you've got the right combination of stuff. And we got the gold version of this too. We can bling out our Urshifu deck. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay. We got another Grotle, a reverse hollow, and ooh, Grimmsnarl. No. Grimmsnarl cards are almost always bad. I have played 1 good Grimmsnarl deck in my entire life, and I still won. Oh, no. I know it's a Pokemon V, and these are the fancier cards, and technically you can put the this is just a bad V. Even with double turbo energy, 2 attachments, you'd then be hitting for 140 instead of 160, and you have to discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Even with a Sharon's Care, like, this is an awful card. Don't play it. I don't see any way this is good, or that it gets good. I have traded a Drampa to get something else that I needed, so I guess it's good for that. Tornadus. Nah. No good. Couple more packs here. Lots of Collapse Stadium and Magma Basin. Those are good stadiums. And Another Torterra. We have too many of those, and they're all locked, so I can't trade them, unfortunately. These are all locked packs, by the way. More Grotle. I want to make the Garchomp deck. I have a soft spot in my heart for Garchomp based on the theme deck with Groudon. Oh no. But I think I'm one Garchomp short. Okay, we got 2 rares. First rare, another gold Urshifu. Sick. And Golurk. I actually think they're not my favorite looking cards. They're definitely, they got bling, and I think they probably look better IRL. I will definitely play with these. I have one in PTCG Live too, so maybe we'll run all gold Urshifu just for the flex. Chris, I don't have a public facing Discord, unfortunately. Maybe that's something I look at some point, but I am on all the things. Oh, we do get a Professor's Research. Can never have too many Professor's Research cards. And Golurk, yep. Yeah. I think at this point in time, oh, we got an Aggron V. This is our first Aggron V, and we definitely want the V Max more than the V. However, Merciless Strike does hit for up to 300 damage, which is crazy. 5 energy is crazy, but you can get to this with Arceus V Star and Arceus V. So not necessarily unattainable. If we get more of these Aggrons, then maybe we'll try it out. Yeah, the Discord thing. I know like every streamer has Discord, and I think that I have been asked about Discord enough that I could probably justify it. But let's open these and I'll answer the next bit here. A Lapras and another Entei V. We've been looking for these. All right, we can just get one more and we'll have a full set. Yeah, you don't have your own Discord. I think there's a lot of pressure when it comes to having a... I don't want to be the streamer that has just a dead Discord that I only post go live notifications in. And I don't know if I have the bandwidth to make a good Discord that's engaging and that people want to talk in or anything like that. So I don't have that right now. At some point, if I feel like we need it, then I will, but right now I don't. I appreciate you inquiring, though. And maybe at some point, if everybody asks enough, we may do it. Gali. Okay, let's flip these cards, and then I'll get to Gali's point here on Discord. A Dredagon, no bueno. And a Honchkrow. This is our first Honchkrow. Very intriguing card. I don't know if it's good. It's intriguing, though. It's got the ability Boss Pockets. This Pokemon may have up to 4 Pokemon tools attached to it. If it loses this ability, discard Pokemon tools until only 1 remains. What you can do is this pairs well, it pairs with the Pachirisu deck, where Pachirisu does a certain amount of damage based on how many tools are on, and a Honchkrow can just hoard tools. And you could do stuff like put 4 Cape of Toughness on Honchkrow, and then all of a sudden it has like 400 HP. Its attack is not very good, though. Yeah, there's the Pachirisu, which does 30 damage for each Pokemon a tool attached to all of your Pokemon. So if you've got 4 tools on Honchkrow, this is now doing 120. If you've got 2 Honchkrow with 4 tools, this is doing 240. All right, let's go to Gali's comment here real quick. Okay, so you have a Discord, and honestly, there are 2 things about Discord. On one hand, there's the dead Discord thing. On the other is the moderation thing. You need it on your phone so you can protect your community from scammers and spammers and such. Yeah, there's a lot of work that can go towards moderating and creating a good Discord, and I just don't have the bandwidth to manage that level of effort, right? Like I have a whole bunch of other stuff, like I have a blog that I'm struggling to update. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and YouTube, and even then, like, my YouTube stuff is I take highlights from the stream, or I structure the stream so that I can make content for the YouTube channel, and like that's about as much bandwidth as I have per week. No, it's hard. It's hard. Shout outs to all the streamers who still manage to make a great Discord. Kudos to them. All right, we're down to our last 4 packs. We've had an okay haul. We got a couple of Entei's, which I was looking for. I'm actually looking for these Muck cards as well. And a Haxorus. Muck I'm curious about because it has the ability Sludge Street, where the retreat cost of your opponent's poison Pokemon is 1 more. And if you combo this in a certain way with like Leafeon, for example, Leafeon could do crazy damage. Lil Dark Fury has a deck with this concept that I want to try out. All right, 3 packs. Are we gonna get some bangers here? Oh, Heatran is not it. This is not it. I did like the gold Urshifus. I did like the Entei's. The Urshifus are kind of redundant because I've already got a full line of Urshifu. But we do get to make our decks prettier for whatever that's worth. We also have... We got another Houndoom. Again, like, great looking card. I will put this in all my single strike decks. But oh! Granbull V! Okay. 210. It's slightly below average for a V. It's got the move Chomp for 2 colorless energy, 30 plus, 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you kind of need it to get hit before it can really strike back. And then Bull Dash 190. This Pokemon also does 30 damage to itself. This is not very good. No. It's not the worst, but it's not great. 2 more packs. You did get some new cards, though, so we love to see that. And... oh, snap! We got ourselves a Charizard V full art. Very fancy. The card of itself, not necessarily the greatest, but I do need this card. I do need this card for my Charizard deck, so that's fantastic. Last pack from the Brilliant Star set, and then we'll talk about the Charizard stuff. We get a new Weavile and a... oh, we got the full art Raichu! Yes! Yes, I know I already have Raichu. It doesn't really add to my arsenal of tools, but we will put this Raichu in the deck right now. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, that's about as happy as an ending as we're going to get. So we're going to leave it at that. As for the Charizards, right? Charizard, I do have now, thanks to that pull. 1, 2, we've got 4 Charizard Vs. They're functionally, one of these is different. Like this one is an older one that is also not very good. Charizard V, we did get this one. I pulled this off stream. Chef's kiss. If I pulled this in real life, this card's like selling for $200. But we did get it in the game, and I've got 2 Charizard V stars and 1 V max. And I've paired Charizard with Arceus to get the energy acceleration going, and I actually made this card with its 5 energy work. I knocked out 2 opponents with this 300 energy attack. It was great. So maybe at some point we will do a Charizard stream. The next one will be Ice Rider, though. Okay, can I make one quick adjustment to this next deck that we're going to cover, and then we will then we'll cover the next deck, which is the budget version of the deck I was just streaming. So let's add Raichu here, and we're going to go with the full art version, and we'll save. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to make the change to the Arceus one too. Any deck that has Raichu in it, we will... Arceus Inteleon, Arceus Raichu. There it is. Okay. So we'll take one of these out, and we'll go Raichu V full art. Love to see it. Okay. Do you have a list of cards you need? Maybe you got some spare ones. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I have like more like I have everything I need right now, and I'm good. Okay, where is my deck? Yeah, fortunately I was able to pull a bunch of Arceuses early and then make the trade or two to get the V-Star, and then the rest of the set is so I'm okay, but thank you. And let me take a quick swig and cough, and then we will start. Okay. One of my hold on, I screwed this up. Here we go. One of my favorite Arceus decks to play right now is Arceus and Raichu. Arceus accelerates the energy onto the board. Raichu takes huge one-hit KOs. It's a beautiful combination. However, Arceus is really hard to get. They are very rare cards, and if you're trying to trade for them in PTCGO, you're going to have to give up dozens and dozens of packs to get Arceus. And you can still build, you can get a lot of that deck without Arceus, and I'll show you how. And you're going to do that with Raikou. And now, let's be fair here. Raikou is not as good. Raikou is not as good as Arceus. However, Raikou does complement Raichu very well in that it only needs 2 energy to attack. It can hit for upwards of 220, upwards of 250 if you've got a choice belt, and it gives you more time to flood the energy on the board so that Raichu can hit for big damage. And Raikou is very similar to Suicune in that regard. It has the same ability, it has the same move. The differences are it's got a little less health at 200 versus 210, but it also has a retreat cost of 1, which makes moving your Pokemon in and out a little easier, though 200's a really bad number, admittedly. I do have 2 Capes of Toughness in this to try and shield 2 Raikou from those initial hits, because you really need your Raikous to take 2 hits. And of course, we've got Raichu V as the closer, sometimes the starter, where it uses its amazing move Dynamic Spark, where it does 60 damage times the number of energy that you discard. So the general idea is you use Raikou at the start of the game, at some point in the middle you switch to Raichu and you just start taking one-hit KOs left and right. And helping out along the way is we've got Flaaffy with its Dynamotor ability, which allows you to attach energy from the discard pile to any Pokemon. So it can be Raikou, it could be Raichu. And then we also have, I've been experimenting with Bibarel as a way of moving through the deck a little faster. There are a couple of ways in which I've built this deck to move a little faster. Bibarel lets you drop to 5, and it's something I'm experimenting with. It does take some space bench. You might want to put either like a Crobat or a Lumineon here instead. I kind of like the Bibarel right now, so that's what we're rolling with. We also have a Manaphy here to protect the bench from bench damage, because that does happen every now and then. You'll run into an Urshifu, which is already a terrible matchup, but Manaphy can slow them down a little bit by protecting the Flaaffys on the bench, which you really need in order to win matches. In terms of trainer cards, we've got an Escape Rope, a couple level balls, 4 quick balls so we can get set up right away. We also have Stormy Mountain. I don't think you need that many, like 1, maybe 2 max. It's not that hard to get your board set up with all the other Pokemon search in this deck, such as 4 Ultra Balls, which not only help you get any Pokemon you want, but it helps throw electric energy in the discard pile so you can reattach with Flaaffy. We also have 3 Boss's Orders, 3 Marnie, 4 Professor's Research, 1 Raihan, just in case you get knocked out. It's also an extra attachment. We also have 2 Air Balloons. Pivoting is very important in this deck, especially if you need to pull a Raichu out of nowhere in order to take that one-hit KO towards the end of the game. I've got 2 Capes of Toughness in order for Raikou to live as long as it possibly can, and a Choice Belt just in case you're in an opportunity to get that one-hit KO and you just need to squeeze out a little extra damage. And then in terms of energy, we've got 9 basic energy and 3 speed energy. This allows you to draw 2 cards when it's attached to a electric Pokemon. Now keep in mind, it's special energy, and the 2 disadvantages to this are that 1, you are susceptible to anything that targets special energy such as Fan of Waves, and 2, you won't be able to reattach it with Flaaffy when you lose it. So I've been playing around with the counts because I like having lots of energy in the discard pile, but I also want to draw cards. So I've got it down to 3. You can play this deck without special energy at all if you want. I like to have a couple in there. I might even take it down to 2, but I do like having it just so we're less likely to get stuck. Anyhow, let's give this deck a whirl. And watch, now we're gonna get absolutely destroyed. No, I think we'll be okay. I think that if we can get set up properly, we should have a chance against almost everything. Arceus decks are going to be a problem because of the fact that it can hit for... It can one-hit KO all of our attackers. Has the potential to. Not always, but it has the potential to. Which is a problem. But we'll see. I'm guessing this is an Arceus deck here. And no. Oh, Regidrago. Okay. Do get that speed energy in there. And do we want to burn... No. We will stand pat. Regidrago is a really interesting card that was popular in the Evolving Skies era as a single prize deck. It has this insane move, Dragon Energy, where for 2 grass and 1 fire, it does 240 minus 20 for each damage counter it takes. So with this, it has the ability to hit for 270, which could be absolutely awful for us. And I think that even if we knock this out, there's a decent chance that next one will knock us out in 1 hit, which is really bad for us. Really bad. So I'm not sure this deck pairs well. Even the Arceus version might be a little weird. It will be tankier. Okay, we are going to get an attack to slow this one down bare minimum, and we love to see that. I will use this level ball to get a Mareep ready to go. And unfortunately, we're going to have to get rid of the Raihan here. I don't have to, but I think it is better if we get a Bidoof set up and we draw an extra 3 cards before we let it rip and go for another 7 with Professor's Research here. This is not ideal. I don't want either of these cards because there's no sniping. I do want... Okay. We're going to get rid of all of it. I want Mareeps. I want... Okay. This is not bad. This is not bad. What's the best way to play it, though? Because do I want to save an energy now? Actually, yeah. We're going to take 1 energy now. And I will get rid of... We'll go Stormy Mountain. And let's set up a second Raikou. And, I don't want to get rid of Boss. We might have to get rid of Boss. I do have 4... 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 24. We do have enough to... the KO right now. Okay, let's get a Mareep here, and then we'll hold on to the boss because we may need to snipe Cherim on that next go. And we will get to draw another card. As you can see, we got the combo, and we got a lot of cards. Yeah, let's go with the Raichu. Smash. 180. Still not ideal. If they can get the combo to get the fire and the dragon get the energy on here, this Raikou, we're down 2 prizes and then we're in trouble. At which point do we, from your discard pile to your hand, This deck, and the reason it died was that... Oh, what are we scooping? Oh, so Cynthia's ambition to try and get more cards. Got it. And they're looking for a fire energy right here, which they do get. And this is not ideal. Okay. What is the best approach here? And they can grab during your turn grass energy from 1. Like, we can knock out the Regidrago, but I don't know if I want to do that right this second. I'm not sure that I do. I guess then we're gonna say, hey, you don't have a fire energy, or do I take the Crobat and take 2 prizes? That's the $1 million question here. And do I try and get a cape? Because then the cape will... Ooh, I only have a Raichu left. Okay. You know, we might have to do that. And do I want to hold... Yeah, I think the bet that I have to make here is... Do they have another fire energy? If they do, then we attack. Okay, let's go take out the Regidrago. Maybe I'm overthinking it. If they don't, we have a shot. And I've got Boss in hand. And they are going to put the fire energy back in the deck. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, well, okay, maybe they will. Let's see. No, they just go for the grass. Okay. Let's see a Marnie. Oh, yeah, I know. I definitely need a Marnie to try and shuffle up their hands. If they get the fire, then we're in trouble. Oh, appreciate it, Gali. I hope that it helps, because they're, especially, I know a lot of people who watch this channel are watching it because they like me from other stuff and they haven't seen or aren't as familiar with how the game works. So we're gonna lose this Raikou here, which is terrible. And they pretty much just need one more fire energy and we've lost the game. Super cryptic, yeah, it can be. Oof. So this is really bad, especially since they are a single prize deck, and every time they knock one of my attackers out, I lose 2 prizes and they only lose 1. And really, the only way we can win here is, I mean, a Marnie would have been nice to disrupt their hand. I haven't seen one all game. I can take 2 prizes right now and hit the Crobat. I probably, I don't want to do that right now. I would love to disrupt their hand. I can't really right now. 120. Oh, I have to get rid of 3 energy. This is bad. This is bad. So, this is all this comes down. It all comes down to this. And it's still bad. Like, I need them to go to not get a fire energy for 2 turns, which is highly unlikely. You couldn't win one match? Damn. I'm surprised more people don't play this deck, Regidrago. I think it fell by the wayside when rotation happened late last year and we lost Manaphy. Or we lost Mew, bench Mew. And sniping decks were super popular at the time. Because I think this deck hits crazy. But people stopped playing it. Another weird phenomenon I have noticed of late, and let me know if you've seen this as well in your travel. Cynthia's Ambition, such a good card for this deck. I find that I don't see nearly as many Mew V Max decks as I used to. Ooh, what are they scooping here? And just to get it down to 3 so Bibero can get it. Do you get another fire energy? Oh, well, they got the training cord here, so we're done. Ugh. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. Okay. We take those. GG's. I think almost. Would we have done better with the Arceus? Yeah, we would have done better if we had. Oh well. The other thing was, we would have done okay if we had the capes, and we didn't have the capes in that match. If we had the capes, we could have won. We would have been able to tank 2 extra hits, and we had the boss ready to take out that Crobat, but we just didn't get the capes. So, is what it is. This is not a good start. This is actually a really bad start. We will get 120, but without the proper setup here. Oh, it's a Dracozolt deck too? Professor's research. Something. Okay. Raikou's not bad. What is the best way to go about this? Oh no. Cancel. This is awful. Unfortunately for us, we have just a terrible start, and we're not gonna be able to do enough damage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we've bricked so hard here that we're just going to eat a ton of... Yeah, we're not really going to be able to fight back here. And they're going to use boss's orders to get Raichu in, so we can't attach energy to it. Awful turn. Oh wait, this is the... Can't be attached from your opponent's hand to the defending Pokemon. But I can. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. Well. We're going to attach. And I think our only real course of action here is we need to get set up. Oh, I can't even... Oh, I can't because I put a balloon on there. Darn it. Okay. I don't think this is impossible, but this is hard. And where we have a chance is that Raichu can one-hit KO this thing, as unlikely as it is. So Spark Trap is going to do... And they are going to put Boss back in the deck. I will want to put the cape on there. Ooh, do I? Want to... Alright, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put a second Raichu up here, and let's disrupt their hand. Ooh, I'm going to put a... I want to land at least one hit with that Raikou. And even if we die, even if we lose the Raikou, I want to get to a point where we have enough energy on the board that we can smash with Raichu. Am I asking for too much? Because they do have to knock out three of my attackers, and I only need to knock out 2. And really, I'm just stalling for time here. Uh-oh. That's good. Okay. Ooh, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 times 6. Oh, we got it. We got the win. We got the win. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I don't need any of this stuff, so we're gonna let that go. And there it is. Dynamic Spark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Smash! GG! And yes, I lose Raichu along the way. Murder suicide. But we still have a bench. And they don't. And we take the win. Love it. Love to see it. Oh, I hate that Dracozolt deck so much. It's super annoying because what they do, that move, the Spark Trap, let's pull up the card. This Spark Trap, oh, we can't look. Spark Trap move does 60, but if I attack it back, it does, I take 120 damage. What I was banking on that whole time was that at a certain point, I can knock out that Dracozolt in one hit, and they can't do any of their shenanigans of, you know, Ice Pop and Cheryl and all that stuff to heal. So we were able to drag it out just long enough to win. Best boy Raichu. Love it. Okay. And again, would that have been... Would it have been a little easier with the Arceus? Probably. But at the same time, the gist of how the deck works can still work with Raikou. Arceus and Raikou are probably still getting dropped in 2 hits. Arceus still attacks without losing any energy. Oh, we get not necessarily the ideal start, but we'll take it. But it can work. What's a supporter card? That is a good question. Okay, when I get a supporter card, I will show you. This is a... So there are Pokemon cards like this or like this. These are Pokemon. I probably don't need to explain that. There are energy cards, and then there are trainer cards. And these are cards that help you like manipulate your deck in some way or another. And there's 3 different types of trainer cards. There are supporters, there are items, and there are stadiums. Ooh, this is what we want in the active instead. Leafeon. Okay. A stadium is a card that when placed on the board, there's allowed to be 1 stadium at a time, and the effects of the stadium impact both players. There are item cards, which can be tools. They could be, you know, Quick Ball is an item that you just use it one time and it's gone. And then there are supporter cards, which are usually represented by people in the game. That's the easiest way to tell at a glance, is this a person? And they are cards that usually have better benefits than a trainer card, or like than an item, but you can only use 1 supporter per turn. Okay, this is not an ideal state here. I will bank on Raichu tanking through this first hit. We will be able to hit this for at least, this Leafeon for at least 180, and we might be able to get more depending on what we draw with the Bibarel, but Raichu is probably donezo one way or another. Leafeon V Max. Leafeon V in and of itself is not that scary, but we are scared of the V Max, where it has a move called Grass Knot for 2 energy, does 60 damage times the retreat cost. So in the bottom right-hand corner here, you can see that Raichu has a retreat cost of 1. So normally that move would only do 60 damage, but with the card Stadium Galore Mine in play, this goes up by 2, and all of a sudden Grass Knot does 180 damage, which is bad for us. Bad for us. They're playing a Galarian Moltres variant of the Leafeon deck. They're very much trying to counter Mew VMAX here, which doesn't really help them, but having a solid 2-prize attacker that will potentially 1-hit KO us if they get a choice belt on there is not ideal. I think this is only going to hit for 60, which is great for us. Fantastic for us, even. Okay. I probably want to attach to the Raikou. And do we want a third? Let's go with a third Mareep, and we're only going to go 2 attackers here, which is kind of scary, but at the same time, that gives us a better opportunity of... And we're going to put the cape on Raichu. Gives us a better opportunity to attach a bunch of energy to a Raichu at the end of the game in order to do 1 billion damage. Actually, this may change our strategy here a little bit, where let's get rid of a Quick Ball and a Bibarel and get another Flaaffy here. And we may actually want to attack with Raikou first, because then I will do almost the same amount of damage, and I can then reattach that energy to Raichu, and yeah, I might lose this Raikou with 1 hit, which is not ideal, but really this was going to take 2 hits to knock out anyway. Do they get a choice belt? Is going to be the $1 million question here. If they can, then the math changes here a bit. And we need to hit 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 180. We're going to be 20 short, but we can knock out... Actually, yeah, we're going to do this instead. Let's go and attach a energy to Flaaffy. We do get 2. I will discard that other one because we don't really need it right now, and I will put it onto a Bibarel. Bibarel will draw some more cards. Oh, I should have done the boss first so we can get 2 cards instead of 1, and we're going to boss up this Leafeon, and all of a sudden, they are in a very bad spot. Like a very, very, very bad spot. We hit for 180, take 3 prizes. They haven't been able to get any of their shady dealings going on right now. We most likely can 1-hit KO this Moltres. Moltres will probably knock us out here, and that's fine. And they will start to get that second Leafeon going. And I'm not too worried about that. See, this is where the special energy stuff becomes a problem, where Fan of Waves is going to slow us down here a little bit. But our main goal here, do we have any more Raikous left? Yeah, we should have 2 more Raikou in the deck. Ooh, losing Galar Mine is going to be a problem. Or yeah, losing Stormy Mountains, that makes it a little more difficult for us. Not ideal. I really don't want to fight with Raichu right now. Because then we'll have to get rid of 3. I really want to conserve as much energy as we can. And for us to do that, we do have 2 energy on the board. I will draw... Okay, we're gonna gamble here. You know I love gambling. Oof, that was a really bad gamble that hasn't paid off just yet. I need a Raikou. If I can get a Raikou, I think we're laughing. We might be able to get a Raikou here. Go to Vegas often? I've been once. I lost some money in Vegas. It was a lot of fun though. Okay. The reason we've played it like this is that I want to save Raichu for a 1-hit KO at the end. which may become very important later. And there should be enough Pokemon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I have mismanaged this. Okay. I really wanted the one-hit KO on the Moltres, but apparently I can't switch. So that's not ideal. Oh, I can't retreat because Galar Mine's out. I didn't read that properly. No matter. As long as we don't get bossed here, we'll be okay. I might be asking for too much because now they might go for a boss here, which would be potentially their best play. And try and take out the Raichu. How many stadiums do we have left? We have at least one Stormy Mountains left. Got any good gambling places in Canada? There are definitely casinos. Like in the province of Ontario, there's Casino Niagara. There's a couple of casinos in the Niagara region. There's at least one in Barrie, which is like an hour north of the main city. That's called oh, they are gonna get the knockout here. Actually, no, I don't think they do. No. So I really wanted to get the Casino Rama is another one. Oh, we have to go for the flex play here, right? We have to go for the flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have how much energy in the discard? Yeah, we're going for it. YOLO. Check this out. Check this out. I will do fleet-footed. Hopefully I don't screw this up. We will retreat. We'll pull up Raichu. We'll attach a whole bunch of energy. And we're going to let it fly. I only need 7. But we have more to win the game. I don't know if they know what's coming. But here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 540 damage. GG. I can't get enough. I can't get enough.
Game over.
I love me some Raichu or Daichu. Cat Jam does too. All you gotta do is hang around just
long enough. Just long. Oof. All you gotta do is hang around just long enough for Raichu to smash at the end, and you'll be all right. And yeah, you could take out Arceus. You could take out Arceus, put in a Raikou instead. It still worked. It still did what it needed to do. GG's. All right, let's keep going. A couple more, and then we'll do the deck building segment that I had in mind. And I think this is something that we can do as a recurring thing, where we'll build the deck together. And I know I'm going to be using specific cards, but I hope that you're able to take away the thought process that goes into building a deck, what types of cards you're looking for, why you're putting certain cards in. And going from there. This is not a good hand. Ugh. We do have a bad start here, but we are also playing against an Inteleon deck, and Inteleon's going to be weak to water. So even if we're up against the Rapid Strike version... Oh, okay. Alright, I am feeling a lot better now. We will get a Raikou to start. We will get a cape for Raikou. We will get a balloon from Mareep. I'm not gonna move Raikou this second because Raikou has, or Inteleon has the ability to... Ooh, do I? Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do just yet. Let's get rid of the Raihan. Not ideal. Not ideal. I'm gonna stand pat, because I'm gonna double dog dare this Inteleon to have a better setup. Okay. They will hit for 60 here, which is fine. Oh, and they're gonna get the boss. Now we have a problem. Now we have a problem. And that's gonna push that energy back. Awesome. This Raikou might be dead. Hate to see it. Let's go with... We'll get rid of... Emboss, because we don't need that right now. And do we go Bibarel? No. I will get the second energy here, which is great. Unfortunately, we put a cape on... We put a cape on that Intel, or on the Raikou. Oh, I can. Oh, I'm gonna stay. I might lose this. I really want that. I think they have a really bad hand, and they might snipe this Mareep. Actually, yeah, they can take 3 prizes here. Oh, they didn't. That seemed like a terrible move on their part. Okay. Well then. I will prepare the Raichu, and we will get the... Let's draw 2 more cards. And I will put a cape on this Raikou, and... We'll get rid of Boss. We don't need that right now. Oh, okay, GG's. They were gonna get blown out. It was looking bad for them. But I think there's an interesting conversation to be had there about when you might have a not good hand of cards, but if your opponent also has a bad hand of cards, mine were better. I could have made my situation better by using Marnie, but I might have made their situation even better than what I might have had. And so I thought it was better for me to just stand pat and not give them the opportunity to get more cards and just make do with what I had, which ended up being the right move. And granted, they had type disadvantage and it was going to be very hard for them to win regardless. But having the... But I clamping down and standing pat to a certain extent to my own detriment was ultimately better for me because I made it still worse for them. Ooh, Ice Rider deck. We do get the first move here. I do think that this Raikou deck does okay against Ice Rider. It will depend on this next turn. How deep are they set up? It does get kind of dicey in that Ice Rider can one-hit KO. Ice Rider can one-hit KO Raikou and Raichu, and we are going to lose some of our cards that we really needed here. That's okay. I can get an attack here. And I can get the extra attachment. If we go... I don't really know how to play this. At this point, we're in an awkward spot where... I will get rid of an energy. And do we have like... Oh, I don't have Crobat or anything in this deck. Darn it. Okay, I will take a Mareep. And I will use Flaaffy to accelerate onto this Raikou. Now, the problem with our current configuration, I really wanted to hit this Shadow Rider, but let's see how they do it. Are they going to let this one get hit, or are they going to sacrifice the Sobble? Yeah, okay. They're going to let Shadow Rider get hit, possibly to the detriment of their setup, but they really needed that Sobble alive in order to... Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, no, I want to hit... Actually, let's go hit the Sobble. Let's go hit the Sobble for the easy KO and possibly ruin their setup. Now, this is a big gamble, because if they have the energy and the evolution, then we're dead. We do have a second Raikou ready to go. We will just need one more energy. But at the same time, oh, there's the Ultra. Okay, so they do have the evolution. And let's see if they have the answers here. I have beaten the Ice Rider deck with this Raikou Raichu deck, but it is not easy. They do have a Raihan, so they will get the knockout here. Not ideal. And they'll draw a whole bunch of cards. Would it have been the right move to just land a first hit? Because now we are... maybe. I don't know. Manu, what's up? Welcome back. So we have lost a Raikou now. Now we have to start setting up a Raichu here. Ooh. And we're going to have to get really lucky on this next flip. Like, we're not looking for knockouts here. Ooh. We do get the energy, which is fantastic. And I will rip those two, rip the Ultra Ball, and we will get a Bibarel to draw some more cards, which is very nice. And hopefully we can get one more Pokemon here just to land one big hit. Okay. I do get a third Mareep, which could be handy later. And we'll start to set up this Raichu. And we're not going to do ideal damage here. We will get some. We will get some. But if they don't move... Do they have the combo ready? If they don't have the Sobbles or the Drizzles set up, so they can't necessarily guarantee that they have everything they need. They still might. They still might. And that's going to be a problem if they do. You know, maybe they pull like a... There's the Sobble. Okay. Hey, we got the win! Okay, so what must have happened there? How am I doing? I'm doing great. They need that Kingler though. Madra, what's up? And yeah, maybe Kingler could have helped. Kingler could have helped. Sniping the Sobble ended up being the best move because at that point they could not guarantee getting the Melanie. At that point, the biggest problem for them was they had the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX trapped in the active and they couldn't accelerate 2 energy off the bat. If they could have stabbed that Raichu with the Max Lance or the Raikou, then we'd be in a really bad spot. But because they couldn't get the extra energy attachment, Raikou would have hit the Ice Rider VMAX, take 3 prizes, they would have been down to 2, and even if they had the second Ice Rider ready, Raichu was probably ready to smash for a 1-hit KO or boss something else up. So that was a wrap. So GG's. Yeah, if they had had the Melanie, we would have been done, but by taking out the Sobble, we cut off their ability to grab the cards they need. I think that's actually really important. One of my favorite parts of the Pokemon trading card game is knowing what to hit, and having cards like Boss's Orders gives you the opportunity to choose, and depending on the situation, it is sometimes better to to take out a support Pokemon rather than take out the, or like do some damage on the big one. And in that case, the sniping of the Sobble was the right choice. All right, for funsies, I kind of still want to open some packs here. What packs do we even have? I don't have a lot left. Like, I have a random Fusion Strike. I have a, here, Darkness Ablaze. Maybe we'll get like an Eternatus or something here. So we'll do a couple more, and then we'll probably close out the show with the segment on deck building. Oh, we got another Charizard. Also, Gel hates people. Thank you so much for the follow. Truly appreciate it. Oh, we got a Charizard V. I forgot that this is even that we've gotten a bunch of Charizards at this point, which is great because we can build our VMAX V-Star combo deck. Site you showed me last time. Which one? The Justin Basil site? Or play? I don't know which one you're referring to. Gothitelle. Oh, right. That was not good. Let's back out. Back out. Here, for funsies. Maybe we'll pull a Mew VMAX out of this. I'm feeling reckless. Maybe I'll spit my water all over the screen. All right, here we go. Oh, I mean, this is not the worst card. This is not the worst card. You can make a viable single prize deck with this card that does beat Mew, but it's not ideal. Not ideal. Okay. And yeah, I pulled Charizard when you followed, so you gave me that good luck. Okay, let's play a couple more games and then we'll talk deck build. I want to get a couple more good matches with this Raichu deck. We're also kind of rolling here. We got a little bit of a streak going. Of course, because I've said that, now I've jinxed it. Tails. Hey, got it. Yes, Potown store. It's a very good store for getting cards, getting packs. I personally would prefer, like, I know people rag on free-to-play games that have like microtransactions and stuff, but yeah, getting the codes and getting the cards, like, it helps a lot. Ooh, this is the Kyogre deck. Okay. Did we prize Manaphy? No, we did not. Okay. If we didn't prize Manaphy, we'll be maybe okay. The fastest you've ever gotten codes? Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, the Kyogre deck. This is one of the biggest, probably the biggest meme deck of last year, where this Aqua Storm move does so much damage to the bench, and we may get obliterated here in very specific scenarios. This Kyogre deck can beat anything. However, Manaphy is going to help us a lot because it'll protect the bench, and its attacks to the active are very bad. Dope stream. You just started playing PTCGO. So far, you've been using the Relentless Flame Charizard and Soaring Storm theme decks. Well, congrats. Welcome to the game. It's fantastic, and I hope you enjoy your journey in the universe of Pokemon TCG. I started playing just last summer, and I remember playing with those theme decks a lot and grinding for packs, and now now we're playing like standard and building decks, and it's pretty dope. So I will say, whatever level you play it at, if you enjoy playing theme decks, making your own meme decks, or if you're trying to win the world championships, whatever it is you do, make sure you have fun. Okay, we really need a Manaphy here, like right now, or we lose. Okay, got him. We'll put the Manaphy on the bench. And do we just boss and snipe? Do we boss, or do we try and get a better setup here? I think we stay. And we take out the and we take out the Cryogonal. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, this isn't weak to... Oh, no. I've screwed this up. I should have burned 2 energy. Because I didn't realize this was not weak to electric. Oh, no. Now we have a problem. Oh, no. Cryogonal doesn't have an ability. It has the move Element Chain. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Shuffle the other cards back into the deck. So they're still short. They're still short on being able to attack here. Like they could take the Cryogonal out and hit, but they're gonna have to... At best, they're going to get 240 on me, which would be... Actually, that would fall just short of knocking out this Raichu. And if they can't boss up Manaphy, and this deck, from what I remember, does not play boss, they're kind of boned. And Gel says, I definitely want to learn to build decks eventually. As for right now, which codes would you recommend you buy on Potown? Glad you mentioned... We're... I do have a deck building segment coming up later in the stream. Maybe we do it after this game. Do you guys want to talk about deck building? Okay, I will just put this energy here, and now we can zap for just 1. Yeah, let's talk deck building after this match. And yeah, Kyogre is going to hit for 120 here, which is not ideal. But we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I will want... Let's get a second Raikou going. And we'll throw out all our cards, and I'm not gonna give them any outs here. Dope, that works for me. Okay. We'll talk deck building afterwards. And I think this is a segment we can repeat because it's going to be the process of building a specific deck. But I think in the process of doing that... Ooh, actually, let's retreat. And we'll get rid of this energy here. And Raikou with 250 HP, going to be able to consistently hit for a lot, is going to obliterate this Kyogre deck. Yeah. At best, they're gonna need 2 attacks to hit here, and I think they're praying for the Volcarona right now. Praying for the Volcarona. Yeah, there's the Volcarona. And is it viable to take out the Volcarona now? Or... Because I think at best... we can do 180. I'm just short on energy, unfortunately. I don't have a... Okay, maybe we draw into a Mareep here. Okay. 1. Okay, so we're gonna discard 1 energy here to move out, and then we burn all of our energy on... Yeah, I like this. I like this play. I like this play. We'll retreat. We'll put up Raichu, and we will... Oh, we gotta put a balloon on a Flaaffy, and we will one-hit KO this Volcarona, which I know is their only shot at winning this game at this point. Gone. Odds are they don't play an ordinary Rod. It's gonna take them 2 attacks to take down this Raichu. It doesn't matter to me at this point. We should be okay from here. Yeah, if they somehow get a boss, which I don't think this deck plays at all, I just don't see the outs. And maybe I'm being cocky here. Maybe. I think I would really like a professor's research or something here. But we're going to stand pat. So we will play this out to the bitter end. Everyone's saying, exchanging hellos in the chat. Love to see it. So yeah, they're going to knock out this Raichu. That's fine. We are going to knock out the... We will knock out the Kyogre, no problem. And we're only going to need to take one prize. And they, right now with their current board state, they do not have enough sauce to really get any damage out here. And we're going to get a fresh Raichu going. I want them to... I probably should have gone... Oh, no, I was going to have to shuffle my deck anyway. But having to make them go through two prizers. All right, GG's. They knew they were done. But yes, Manaphy. This is actually an interesting subject. Manaphy. Should you play Manaphy in the deck? Should you not play Manaphy in the deck? I think very early on in the Brilliant Stars format, because everyone thought like, oh, Manaphy's here. A lot of the sniping decks kind of went away, and then because people thought sniping decks were going away, they didn't play Manaphy. But now Urshifu is back. Jolteon is still good and has still won tournaments. You got to make a call. Are you going to put Manaphy in the deck? Yes or no? And there are way more dangerous decks that are sniping other than this Kyogre deck. But personally, I prefer to have the option of having Manaphy protect the bench than not. So, personal decision you need to make there. You just started the second quarter of the year at 1 terabyte of Twitch streams? What? Like, oh, recordings? Okay. Y'all want to talk about deck building? Let me see if I've got my resources here. Okay. I think we're ready to rock. Let's get a blank canvas here so we can build the deck together. All right. Oh, this is the wrong thing. And I think that we'll do this as a recurring segment when we stream Pokemon, because yeah, deck building is the hardest part of the game. And I think there are a lot of types of resources, but we're going to try and approach it in a slightly different manner to, I think, walk you through the process. And while we're only going to be building one deck, there are lessons you can learn from this specific build that you can apply in other ones. And we're going to build other decks as well to, you know, further show how to do this. Deck building in the Pokemon trading card game is one of the most challenging and fulfilling parts of the entire experience. Getting the 60 card mix just right to perform the absolute best that you can is in certain ways very easy, in certain ways very hard. If you're a brand new player or you've played theme decks and you're trying to figure out how to make a good deck, it can be incredibly difficult. There are some great resources online. Some of my personal favorites include Justin Basil's site, which is like absolutely intense, goes through in tremendous detail every single bit of knowledge you need to know. Another one of my personal favorites is play.limitless.tcg.com. And if you go, so when you get to the site, you'll go to this section, you'll go to decks. And from here, these are the big hot decks right now. Let's just say I want to build the best deck. Here's Mew Genesect. You can pick any one of these. This one placed first place out of 340 people. Here's the deck list. You pretty much just copy this into the game. And of course, you have to get the cards too. And that's a whole other can of worms in and of itself. But if you just want, tell me what cards to put in my deck if I'm playing this Pokemon, go to here, go to the site, play.limitlesstcg.com, find the Pokemon you're looking for, copy a list. But let's say you want to build a deck from scratch. You've got these cards and you want to understand, like, why did they put these cards in this particular way? Let's do this together, and we're going to build an Ice Rider Calyrex deck, Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. I think this is a great place to start. One, because the Ice Rider Calyrex, the pre-made deck, is coming in June, and two, I think it's an easy-ish one to start with. Now, what makes Ice Rider special? And I think there's actually some ground rules we have to talk about deck building before we dive into this. One, you have to have exactly 60 cards. No more, no less. Two, you have to have at least one basic Pokemon. Three, you can't have any more than 4 of a kind of any Pokemon or trainer card. You can have more than 4 of a type of energy, but not special energy. And coming soon, we're going to have Radiant Pokemon. You can only have 1 of those per deck. That's coming a little later, but should note that now if you're watching this in the future. And so the general approach to building a Pokemon trading card game deck is that you want to have a hero or a concept, and you want to be able to use that hero or that concept as consistently as possible. I think that a lot of times when we talk about deck building on stream, or how I used to approach it, would be like, all right, I have all of these Pokemon V, I have an Aegislash, I have an Aggron, I have an Alakazam, and you just start throwing them all in the deck. Terrible idea. Jodo, what's up? Terrible idea. What you really want to do is find the one strategy that you can repeat as many times or as consistently as you can with your deck. And Ice Rider is a great one for that. Give me 1 second. I have to cough. What makes Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX so good is that for 2 energy, you can do the move either Ride of the High King, which does 10 damage plus 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So this can do up to 160 damage. But even better is Max Lance, which for 2 water energy does 10 damage, plus you can discard up to 2 energy from this Pokemon and do 120 more damage per energy you discard. That brings you up to 250 damage, which is enough to knock out every Pokemon V, some Pokemon V stars, and if you've got any damage on any other Pokemon leading up to that point, you can pretty much clean them off the board. So this is an incredibly powerful attack, and your general game plan is to, if you can knock out with Ride of the High King, do that. If you can't knock out in 1 hit, do Ride of the High King. If you can knock out with 1 hit and you need more than the damage of Ride of the High King, use Max Lance. And so we want 3 of these in the decks. For VMAX decks, you generally want max 3, sometimes 4, but realistically, because your opponent only needs to knock out 2 in order to win, you're only really going to be fighting with 2. You keep 1 just in case. Maybe you're able to switch 1 out along the way, but 3 VMAX in this particular case is fine. But you can't just use the Pokemon Ice Rider VMAX. You're going to need Ice Rider Calyrex V to evolve into VMAX. I know there's 2 different versions of Ice Rider. This one's a little better than the promo one, but it doesn't really matter because you're not really fighting with Ice Rider Calyrex V. That said, you want to have as many Ice Rider Calyrex V as you can in order to set up your board and give you the best chance of being able to set up the VMAX. So general rule of thumb, if you're playing a V or VMAX deck, you'll want 4 of the V, 3 of the VMAX. What if you're... oh, golly. All right, so what do you do from here? Right? You're gonna want... And let's build specifically for Ice Rider here. Let's say you use this Max Lance move. You hit for 250 damage. All of a sudden, now you're stuck with no energy in the active. And you only can attach 1 energy per turn. I got the answer for that. You're gonna want a card. And of course, knowing what cards are available helps a lot. You're gonna want Melanie here. This card, Bay. She has the ability, or when you play Melanie, you can attach 1 water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V, and if you do, draw 3 cards. Let's put 3 of these in the deck. And what this means is that after you do max lance and you stab for 250 damage and you have no energy left, on your next turn, if you get a Melanie and you play it, all of a sudden you get one attachment, you draw 3 more cards, and if you've got 1 more water energy ready to go, you put that down, you can stab for 250 again. And with 3 Melanies here, you're gonna be able to get that combo 3 times. You probably don't need it for the first time, so you're probably gonna get like 4 max lances. That's 1,000 damage. That's crazy. And you're also drawing cards with Melanie on top of that. So all of a sudden, now you've got a way of consistently stabbing for 250 damage. But how do you get the Melanies consistently? This is where one of the most popular and played out Pokemon lines in the whole game right now comes into play. We're going to get Sobble. We're going to want 4 Sobble because we want as many of these as possible, and not so much for the Sobble, but for the Drizzile and the Inteleon. This Drizzile card, the GOAT, oh my goodness, right? So Drizzile has the ability Shady Dealings. When you evolve Sobble to this Drizzile, you can search your deck for a trainer card and then put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. What this means is, when you evolve Sobble to Drizzile, you can guarantee that you can grab a Melanie every time. So all of a sudden, I get it. I just need to evolve up to Drizzile, and then we're good. And we're going to add some stuff to make it so we can better guarantee that we're going to have a Drizzile in our deck, like Drizzile ready to go. And then also, let's finish off here with the Inteleons. And we're going to go with 1 Shady Dealings Inteleon and 2 Quick Shooting Inteleon. Now there's a difference. Almost everyone plays some split of these 2. Shady Dealings Inteleon lets you grab 2 trainer cards from the deck, and so you can grab a Melanie and you can grab something else. You can grab a Capacious Bucket, you can grab anything you want, but you could even grab 2 Melanies with this card. And once again, giving you an even better chance of being able to attack with max lance consistently. And in a jam, you can even use this Aqua Bullet move for 1 water, 1 colorless. You attack for 120 and do 20 to 1 Pokemon on the bench. And let's just say you're in a scenario where if you attack with the Ice Rider VMAX, then you attack with the Inteleon, then you attack with another VMAX, you have the ability to force them to take 7 prizes instead of 6. So very good attacker here. On the other hand, this Quick Shooting Inteleon has the ability where it can put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon anywhere on the board. Manaphy doesn't stop this. You just put 20 damage. So if you've got all 3 of these set up, now you're doing 40 extra damage. All of a sudden, Ice Rider Calyrex can now hit for 250. You do 1 Quick Shooting, 270, another one, 290, and all of a sudden now you're knocking out every VMAX in the game. Pretty crazy stuff. And along the way, you're evolving all the way up and getting all the cards you would want. This is a pretty solid line right here. Some things you might want to consider. You might want to consider putting something like a Crobat in here, where when you play it, you use the ability Dark Asset, which allows you to draw up to 6 cards. So in the event that you are short on cards, you can just quickly draw up to 6. You may not need it as much because you've got the Inteleon line here, but another one that is popular where you can play a Pokemon to get a card is Lumineon. Yeah, look, I got the fancy one too, where you put it on your board and you can just grab a supporter card of your choice. So just in case you can't evolve, you can still do that as well. And it might actually be a great way of getting another Melanie just in case. But we're going to leave it at this for now. All right, so we've got our main attacker. Secondary attacker would be Inteleon just in case, but most of the time it's going to be Ice Rider that wins it. And we have a way of repeatedly attacking. We're going to need some support cards here. And we're going to look for a couple of things here. One of my favorites is Professor's Research. This is pretty much a staple card in every single deck. And what makes Professor's Research special is you discard your hand and draw 7. This gives you 7 fresh cards to work with. Even if you're holding a hand of like 6 garbage cards in Professor's Research, you still might want to throw out those cards because you will get 7 cards that some of which you may need right now. I think that one of the biggest mistakes that new players make is they're very scared to discard their cards. But if you build your deck right and you give yourself redundancy on the handful of trainer cards you really need, then you're not worried so much about throwing out your cards as you go. Right? And especially with Pokemon, your attackers. Like I have 4-3 Ice Rider, V and V Max. I'm not worried about throwing out 1, even maybe 2, because I have redundancy here. And the general rule of thumb I've heard from, I think it was Frosted Caribou made this mention, thinning is winning. Generally speaking, you want to move through your deck as fast as you can. Just get the cards you need, like right in that moment. For the most part, there are going to be times when you're going to want to stall. But generally speaking, you want to move through your deck fast. I'm only going to use 2 Professor's Research here. Normally, I just go 4 straight up, but Melanie also draws cards here as well. And you're mostly going to use Melanie's here unless you're really in a jam. So we're only going to go with 2 Professor's Research. Another staple card that I have in almost every deck is Marnie. And what makes Marnie so special? It's another draw support card. You're in a jam and you just need more cards. And what this does is each player shuffles their hand and puts it at the bottom of their deck. If either player puts any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, you may draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 4 cards. So not only are you getting 5 cards, you are forcing the cards out of your opponent's hand, putting them at the bottom of the deck. And putting them at the bottom of the deck is a really big deal because they've essentially lost access to those cards for the rest of the game, unless they have something like a Shady Dealings or a Cram-O-Matic, but it becomes much harder to get whatever cards they had in their hand. So this is absolutely a card that is essential to pretty much every deck. We're gonna have 4 Marnies in this deck for the time being. We may adjust this as we go. Some other cards that you're going to want in a deck. You're gonna want some Boss's Orders. I love this card. The boss right here. And you're gonna want some Gusting here. And the effect is known as Gusting from Legacy card. But when you play Boss's Orders, you can switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. And so you can use this both defensively and offensively. On offense, there's something that you can one-hit knock out right now, and they've hit it on the bench. You play Boss's Orders, you bring them up, you stab them with the Max Lancer Ride of the High King, you take your prizes, and you're good. I have 2 to 3 of these in almost every deck I run. So we're going to go with 3 for now. We might fine-tune how many as we go. And I see first time chat. Do you have any Duraludon VMAX? No, I don't. And I don't do trades, but yeah, sorry. Best of luck in finding those. Okay, so we've got a lot of the core here. We have our main attacker. We have our draw engine here and our incremental damage as well. We have our key supporters here in terms of Professor's Research, Marnie, and Boss. You're going to have those 3 in almost every deck you build. And we do have Melanie specifically for Ice Rider. So what other tech can we put in this deck? And I haven't even talked about the energy yet. We'll do that at the end. And let's look at our stash of cards here. Off the top of my head, I really like Choice Belt in this deck. And I like this specifically for Ice Rider because if we read the fine print here, Choice Belt does 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon V. All of a sudden, Choice Belt helps Shadow Rider or Ice Rider Calyrex hit for 280 damage on a Pokemon V. This will let you one-hit KO every Pokemon V, and up until right now, every Pokemon V-Star, you can hit Arceus V-Star one go if Ice Rider Calyrex has a Choice Belt. I'm only going to use 2. Like, yeah, you could use 3. Most of the time, you're going to be fighting with 2. You want... We'll go with 2. What else do we want in this deck? We're going to want... We want Pokemon Search. We need to be able to get the Pokemon on the board. You're going to want Quick Balls, which you discard a card, grab a basic Pokemon from your hand, and from your deck in your hand. That's almost always an automatic 4. In this particular deck, we are probably going to want, Level Ball, and let's go with 3 of these. Oftentimes it's 4. Level Ball is such a good card because it lets you search for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less. So for the use of 1 item card, we can grab either a Sobble or a Drizzile, which again improves our consistency to be able to set up the board and grab the Melony so we can stab over and over and over again. Great. Ultra Ball. Oh, Evolution Incense. Yeah, we should grab a couple of those as well. Evolution Incense, I'd say like 2 or 3. I don't know the exact counts. We might fine-tune this as we go. Evolution Incense lets us grab an evolution Pokemon, so we can grab Ice Rider Calyrex. We can grab Calyrex VMAX or Drizzile or Inteleon. And let's go 3 of these for now. I'm probably going to adjust our Pokemon search cards here in a sec. And then let's grab some Ultra Balls. I don't think this deck needs a lot of Ultra Balls. Ultra Ball, you discard 2 cards, grab any Pokemon. So I think between a lot of these, you don't have to cough up as much, but in a jam, you will probably want an Ultra Ball to just grab the Pokemon you need, whether it might be a Sobble, it could be Ice Rider VMAX, but having 2 there just in case is great. What else do we want? We've got a couple spots left. One interesting tech specifically for Ice Rider here. I mean, it's meant mainly for the Charizard deck. Leon is very cool here. During this turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. I like this in the Ice Rider deck in certain matchups, because if you get your Ice Rider with 2 energy, that's 250 damage. If you've got Ice Rider with a Choice Belt, that is 280 damage. If you also play Leon, that's 310 damage, and all of a sudden, you can knock out Mew VMAX in 1 hit. When that's a very relevant matchup with Mew VMAX still being the best deck in the game and still being incredibly popular. Having the option to hit for 310, huge. We probably don't want any more than 1 to clog, but that should be enough. Some other things I see that we could use here. The ability to move Pokemon around, because you might get stuck with the wrong Pokemon on the active space. My favorite options here are Escape Rope. I generally have 1 per deck. This deck doesn't really switch too much. You can have a switch. So Escape Rope moves both active Pokemon out of the active, and then each player gets to choose which Pokemon go into the active with your opponent going first. So you can pick the ideal matchup. Switch just allows you to switch your Pokemon off of the active and into the bench, and we're gonna put an air balloon here just in case if you just need to attach a balloon to a Drizzile or something and move it, or if a Pokemon gets knocked out and you need something to pivot to see if you can attach before you move. Having air balloon there is pretty great. Let's see if there's anything else from a tech perspective. I know I'm missing some, and I don't want to look at the list to see what I want to build this as close to from scratch as I can. Let's see if there's anything else that we may want before I look at the list. Oh, Raihan's a good one. Raihan's a good one to have in this specific deck, because when a Pokemon gets knocked out, you can attach an energy to a Pokemon of your choice, and you get 1 card from your deck, any card you want. So you could be in a scenario where you've got an Ice Rider just on your bench, and your VMAX got knocked out, and you're like, oh shoot, what am I going to do? You can very easily just put the Ice Rider V in the active, attach an energy from the discard pile, grab the Ice Rider VMAX from your deck, boom, all of a sudden now you can stab for another 250 plus. Whatever combo it is. So Raihan, pretty clutch to have in there as well. Let's go scan here. I think we will look at the pre-made list just to see how close we ended up getting. And not to say that they have the perfect list either. Ooh, this is actually a good one. I think this is the last major piece. Path to the Peak. This is a very cool stadium, and like one of the most meta relevant stadiums in the entire game, because Path to the Peak shuts off abilities for rule box Pokemon. So something like Mew VMAX, Genesect, Zacian V, all of the, like, there are so many decks in the format that have abilities, and when you play Path to the Peak, shuts them all off, just make their deck way worse. Ice Rider doesn't have any rule box Pokemon that use abilities, so you play this and all of a sudden you have a huge advantage against decks that have abilities, which is a lot. And we're gonna go with 4 of these. Yeah, actually this works out great because we've got 53 cards in this deck, and that gives us room for 7 water energy. And now I think that if you've played the game before, you played theme decks, and you say to yourself, but Jet, my theme deck has 20 energy in it. Shouldn't I have 20 energy in my deck? At least 20. No, please don't do that. Don't do that. The vast majority of decks do not use that much energy. I think it's actually a really bad precedent that Pokemon companies set with those theme decks, where I think they put 20 energy in there because it's cheaper to print energy than actual cards. But most competitive decks are running, 8 to 12 energy. And some of the rationale for why this deck only has 7 energy is that Ice Rider only needs 2 to attack, and it's going to discard energy, sure. But you're going to use Melanie to reattach energy from the discard anyway. So if you are reattaching each time, then it's actually going to act like way more than 7 energy. So you just don't need that much. And even if you prize 1 or 2, you're still stabbing, you're still using Melanie, and you'll get that energy back. You only really need 2 to get the party started. But yeah, 7 gives you 3 max lances with 3 V maxes. It gives you 3 attackers ready to go, and that should be enough. So yeah, let's look at this final list. We've got our main attacker in Shadow Rider Calyrex. We have our support line of Pokemon, which help us grab any trainers we want, and we've got some sniping as well, some incremental damage, and we also have draw support from Professor's Research, from Marnie, from Melanie, and Melanie also helps us reattach energy so that we can keep attacking with Ice Rider Calyrex. We have Gusting in the form of Boss's Orders. We have a bunch of Pokemon Search in terms of Evolution Incense, Level Ball, Quick Ball, Ultra Ball. We have the ability to move around the board a little bit with Escape Rope and Switch, and an Air Balloon, just in case. You can retreat as well. We're not really looking to retreat though. And we've got Choice Belt for some extra damage. Raihan is a bit of a comeback mechanic. Leon for extra damage. This is specific to Ice Rider. And Choice Belt for some extra damage against Vs. And then 7 water energy, which should be enough to get us going. And there we go. That is the Ice Rider deck. I'm sure that you can go look at another list and be like, Jet, actually, I play 3 Professor's Research, and I use 4 Melanie, and only use 2 Mark. Like, yes, there's a lot of ways to tweak and adjust this. Some people like to play Suicune in this deck. There's probably going to be a world where Bibarel ends up in this deck, and kind of you slim this line down. There's a lot of different ways to build decks, but the general idea is try and build a deck where you've got one main concept. In this case, it is attack with Ice Rider Calyrex as consistently as possible, and this deck will do that. And again, if you're looking for other ideas on how to build the Ice Rider deck, or any deck for that matter, you can look at a place like play.limitless TCG. Ice Rider, here's an Arceus variant of Ice Rider, here's Ice Rider straight up, and there's a whole bunch of lists here as well that have... Oh, actually, there's one major thing I goofed on. There's actually a major thing I goofed on. Thankfully, I looked at the list here. I missed out on Capacious Bucket. We need energy search here. In this specific deck, we need energy search. So now how do we fix that? I'm going to need like 2 to 3 buckets. Capacious Bucket. Capacious Bucket is better than basic energy search because it lets you get 2 energy instead of 1, 2 water energy instead of 1. And now we need to make some adjustments, which is fine. let's go with 2 buckets. I don't necessarily think you need 3. And maybe we take out 1 Path to the Peak and maybe a quick ball. Maybe even a boss. This is where it gets interesting. How are you fine-tuning the things? I kind of like 3 boss. I'll probably tone down the Pokemon search here a little bit. Let's go with... yeah, let's take out a quick ball. Yeah, let's go with that. So something like this is going to be it. And now we've got everything covered. Thankfully, I looked at the list. But yeah, that's the general idea. It's not so much about building the ideal Shadow Rider Calyrex, like building the perfect Shadow Rider Calyrex list. This is just more of an example of how to build a good deck with a concept in mind that you can repeat over and over again. And this is the general idea for Ice Rider Calyrex specifically at this point in time before the 2022 rotation, when a whole bunch of these cards disappear and we'll have to build a new deck. But hopefully this helps explain the process of deck building, and we'll do this again with other deck archetypes and go through some of the nuances for each one. So if you enjoyed this, yeah, give me a thumbs up, and yeah, chime in the chat or in the comments with your deck building tips and advice. Take care. I'm still here. Side note, if you're watching this on Twitch, I'm still here. I'm just saying bye to the YouTube people. I'm probably gonna leave this in for YouTube now. All right, later, YouTube people. All right, did that help anyone at all? I hope. I hope I didn't bore you to tears with the deck building strata there. Maybe we'll get like 1 or 2 more games in with Raichu before we close this out. Let me just check something here real quick. Okay. And if anyone has any other questions about like how to play the game or deck building or what Pokemon card I saw, yeah. So Gel, you mentioned that oh, this is not ideal. Again, we've had not ideal setups for almost the entirety of this stream. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, Eternatus. Not entirely the worst. Not entirely the worst. Actually, fleet-footed, because Raichu, it's going to take a lot of energy, but Raichu can knock out this Eternatus in one go. It's not looking great right now, though. No. We really need a second energy here to at least get this party started. Eternatus is one of the first competitive decks I ever built. It has insane damage potential, and it does 30 damage for every Pokemon on the bench, and it has an ability that lets you widen the bench to 8 Pokemon just for Eternatus. And if you can get set up right, Eternatus can be very deadly very quickly. And unfortunately, they have gotten set up very quickly here. Oh, and we're getting Marnie too, which might actually be a blessing in disguise for us, because we're kind of stuck in our current hand situation. Losing the Flaaffies does suck really bad, though. Okay, we do get a bit of a bailout here in terms of getting Marnie, and oh. Jared going for the stream upgrade there. That still doesn't look quite right. It is better than before. I will take it. We're gonna go with actually a second Mareep. And hey Jared, how you doing? Let's go and play the speed energy, draw 2 cards. We do get a second Flaaffy ready to rock. And do we want it? Yeah, I'll probably play the We do get double Marnie here, and yeah, I could. I don't know if they have Eternatus in their hand or not, but we're gonna also realizing it's Joey for the win versus Jet for the win here. Interesting. Losing that balloon does suck. So who's going to win? Actually, this is a really interesting match for Raikou, because Raikou depends on Pokemon on the bench, and if we can get a ton of Pokemon on the bench, Raikou can hit for like crazy damage. However, we're kind of in a bad spot right here. Oh, okay, we're getting Marnied. This might be good. Let's see. If we can get a balloon? Okay, yeah, we got an escape rope, which is not bad. I really want to hit that Eternatus, though. Like, if we had... Yeah, we're a little short on... Oh, no. Where are you moving the energy? Oh, you're moving it to Eternatus. Okay. 20, 30, 60, 90, 120. I think we're... Yeah. Raikou's dead. If I had one more energy, if I can get one more, if I can top deck one more energy, we'll be okay. No, we don't get it. Darn it. Okay. We're not out of this yet. We're not out of this yet. I really want to snipe this Eternatus really bad. I will get one more shot at this. Didn't get it. Oh, I could have. I misplayed here. I misplayed really bad. Cause yeah, I could have played that in a different order and we would have been okay. But because I didn't, now we have a bit of a problem. Do I want to draw extra cards here? Or am I going to lose? No, yeah, we're going to go with... I think we're still dead, unfortunately. We will get the one-hit KO. They will one-hit KO our Eternatus here. Ooh. Okay, maybe not. Let's see. I think we're dead. So Vivid Voltage, should you just open them? So one of the things about buying packs on Potown Store is that you probably noticed that the newest set is very expensive, and as you get older, the packs get cheaper to a certain point. Part of why Vivid Voltage is super cheap is that it doesn't have much trade value, and the cards in the set aren't particularly strong. There will be some cards here and there that are pretty good, but for the most part, it's not a really desired set, so you're not gonna be able to get too much from Vivid Voltage. I have traded Vivid Voltage packs. I used it. I think this is a GG's PT dubs, like at best. We're, you know, the JF Raptor. This isn't it. This isn't it. We're going to get horribly destroyed right here, and there isn't really anything we can do. I will try. We can get a little bit of sauce here in terms of... Oh, we do have Path, but actually I kind of want Path out. Or I don't want Path in the game right now, which would have slowed this down, and maybe that will be my ultimate demise. I think the game was going to be more of a problem than Path to the Peak. We're gonna need B-Roll's not really gonna help us out here. Maybe I can get a balloon or a switch or something. No. Here, maybe I can get something from here. No, this is GG's. We tried. I do think the Raikou can beat the Eternatus deck. We just didn't that time. Couple more. But yeah, Vivid Voltage, you might, we should also talk about PTCG Live. Before you migrate your account, and I would say don't migrate your account to Live anytime soon. But by the time they close the PTCGO and they move to Live, you want 125 packs that will you won't get to open them, but they'll be converted into credits in the game. I think it's crystals. So, and you'll want at least 125 packs on your account. Like I have 125 Vivid Voltage packs already set up specifically to be converted to credits in the new game. Generally speaking though, and you pulled an Aegis/V, all right. Ooh, Zashi and Zamazenta. Okay, this is interesting because this actually becomes, I think our deck does well against them. Zamazenta is mostly not gonna matter because Zamazenta blocks V maxes and we don't have any. It can knock off special energy, which is a bit of a problem though. Hold up, back for a sec. Pokemon Live. Yes, there is a new client that's going to replace PTCGO in the future, and that is PTCG Live, PTCGL. And I mean, right now it's only in beta for Canadian users, and it's there's no announced date for when the new one will come out, but I will say it's probably not anytime soon because that game is in very bad shape right now. And it is to a certain extent in the long term, if we are eventually moving to Live in its current state and Pokemon doesn't completely blow it up, if you have access to it, you do get access to some really good starter decks, and you get access to, oh yikes, what else do you get access to? Yeah, really good starter decks. And right now the battle pass in the, ooh, actually yeah, I want to zap this and hopefully we can get some other juice here. Yeah, you can actually unlock the Mew VMAX deck, like basically in its entirety, which is pretty sweet. But the game is very busted and buggy right now to the point where like it's difficult to play it. Because they're like cards just stop working or cards overlap each other and you can't interact with them. Like it's a nightmare. Okay. Now we Lightning Rondo. And this Zacian is not going to be able to knock me out. It will hit very hard. Thankfully, we have a cape here, and we need to start getting energy onto our other Pokemon here, Raichu specifically. And let's see if they try and retreat the Zamazenta. Yep, and they'll hit for 250. Oh, we're going to lose the cape. No, this is bad. This is actually really bad. Now we're in a bit of a pickle. It looks really cool. It's, I mean, looks are to the eye of the beholder, but the game is a functional mess, and I would not recommend it to anyone at this juncture. Okay, we can do, we will get a Flaaffy, and unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna have to discard some more energy. I think we have to go back with Raikou. We're not gonna be able to get enough energy on the board right this second to actually, yeah, we're gonna get like 180. It's not gonna be able to one-hit KO this Raichu, unfortunately. Can we get a cape? A cape would be great here. No, we do not. But maybe not yet. Let's try drawing some more cards, and maybe we'll pull a cape here in this next two. No, we do not. we do get... Oh, this might actually change things. This might... Oh, I don't have any more Flaaffies. Are you serious? No, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, well, we're just going to leave it at that then. And we will retreat attack with Raikou for 100 something about or other. And hopefully they don't have a series of switch cards. Sirfetch'd is cute, yeah. Let's see if they have the switch stuff or not. Otherwise, we will knock out. I'm very curious to see how they play this. They're gonna boss up a... Yeah, Beeburl. That's not ideal. No. And we've already lost... Oh no, we still have... Okay. We'll attach one to Raichu and one to Flaaffy here. And we can still draw one more card. And yeah, let's Marnie instead of... I don't want to get rid of too much energy here. And hopefully we can get... Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Because now... we're gonna have to go like full Spirit Bomb here. Retreat, Raichu, and we're gonna have to empty the clip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 240. Oh wait, hold on. They've already got damage on them. What's it gonna take to knock this out? 220, 270. So 270 minus 120, 180 should be enough, right? Yeah, that's 290. That should be it. Bang. Okay. 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 Whoo! Sirfetch'd, Talonflame V. All right. Sirfetch'd is actually pretty decent. There's some good lists that have Sirfetch'd in them that you may want to look up. Sirfetch'd with the Baby Moltres does some interesting stuff. We're really not looking for, I think, yeah, if they've got the metal saucers and stuff. Oh, of course they got the metal saucers. Okay. And of course, I was licking my lips like, oh, we got this, and maybe not. But we have some secret sauce of our own too. Ooh, they just made that really hard. Okay. Okay. Check this out. Check this out. I think we still have the knockout here. Baby Moltres sounds adorable. It's not actually a baby. It's just like a single prize Galarian Moltres card. Ooh, okay. We're gonna have to play Path to the Peak now, which I probably should have done earlier. What do we want out of this? I will attach to Raichu. And... I think, yeah, we're just going to grab another energy, and we're going to risk it for the biscuit here. Togekiss V. Togekiss V and VMAX is a viable deck. It seems like you're having some pretty decent luck here. And we're going to put all the energy back, and we do get to draw a couple extra cards with Beeburl. And 6 times 5 is 30. And we very badly need that escape rope. So, starting from scratch, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Bang. 300. They need to accelerate fast. We do get a boss. We do get an Ultra Ball. Raichu, please. Do they have a way of accelerating fast enough? I don't think they can go from 0 to knockout on either Raikou or Raichu right now. I think we've got this. Another Aegislash with different art? Nice. Oh no! Oh, that escape rope was really important to our cause here. Let's see what happens. Okay, they're going for the Zam. I think we still have this. I can't do maths, but we're gonna try. Here's the deal. Energy. 6, 120, 180, 240, and we empty the clip. And that should be enough. If we let everything go in one Spirit Bomb, that should be 300 damage, end the game. And we got it! And we got it! Jeez, game over. WGW King Daddy, thank you so much for the follow. I couldn't have gotten that win without you. Woo! Oh my goodness. Again, yeah, just having Raichu with the This is why I'm so hyped by this Raichu. Like, just getting enough damage with the Raikous and then having all that energy in the discard and having just enough Flaaffies set up to put on enough to consistently hit for over 200. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. And King Daddy, welcome. How you doing today? Did I cover everything I wanted to talk about on our list? We covered the League Battle decks. We did open packs. We built the Ice Rider deck. Arceus Rider. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Is there anything else that we need to discuss? Again, just to recap what we talked about today, and let me pull up the deck manager here. Sorry, I know you can't see my screen right now, but here we go. So the moral of the story for today's stream is that Raichu is a beast. We love us some Raichu here. Yes, Raichu has low HP, and yes, it's kind of clunky to start. But if you can keep a Raichu around towards the mid game to the end game, and you can blast the Pokemon V, a V-Star or V-Max, you're gonna have a chance to win. And we played it two different ways. We had the high roller version with Arceus V Star, helps you accelerate, keep that damage going. Very tanky Pokemon to help set up those Raichu end game knockouts. But you don't necessarily need Arceus to do this, right? If you're in the PTCGO economy, you have to trade 90 packs to get Arceus V, and like 4 Arceus V and 3 Arceus V Star is gonna run you like 30, like 100, like almost 100 packs. Right? Do you have 200 packs of Brilliant Stars to trade right now? Most people don't, or you're paying a lot of money at a place like Potown or whatever. So it's hard. But if you want to build the budget version, the Raichu one, which performed almost, it might have actually performed better. I don't necessarily think it's a better version of the deck, but if you're getting 70% of that, like, it still kind of functions the same way. Raikou just needs to be tanky enough to take 2 hits with the capes. You still have the energy acceleration, and Raichu can still hit for massive damage at the end of the game. Like, you're balling. You're balling. And I think that this is, if you can't get Arceus V and V Star, this is a viable alternative. This is the wrong version of the deck, by the way. The one we were playing is this one with Bibarel here, and I didn't put in my fun Raichu. I was wondering where that went. Raikou, Raichu. I have some Bibarel in here as well. There's probably a lot of fine-tuning that can be done to optimize this list even further, but this is my take on it, and it's a lot of fun to play, and we had some pretty good success with it too. So definitely check this out. And again, in terms of the trading economy, which I absolutely hate in PTCGO, right, for the cost of, oh man, we've got an emote storm coming. Flood the chat with your emotes. Let's go. Don't make this a really sad emote storm. Just throw them in, whatever you got. Yeah, Cat Jam, waiting for him. Oh no, chat's not ready for it. There we go, Gally getting in there. It's not too late to get your emotes in. Flood the screen. I don't want to see my face. Just get them all in there. Smash the button, smash your keyboards. Let's go. Yes. But yeah, I was saying, if you can't get the Arceus version of this, the Raikou one is so much easier. Raikous are currently trading for less than a pack per Raikou, and Raichus are trading for about one pack per Raichu. And these the other cards in here, most of them you're just gonna pull from opening packs anyway, and so for a handful of packs you can get 70% of an Arceus deck that works really well on a budget. Well, there you go. Wait, what? Oh yeah, we're gonna save that. Is there any other questions, comments, concerns before we wrap up? I've actually got to go to the One of a Kind show with my wife and going to see a bunch of independent sellers of arts and crafts and things like that. So got an exciting afternoon planned. This was fun though, man. I thought, like, we've had some streams that where the win rate was not very good. I'd say the Mew streams have been kind of disappointing in like how bad I played and how we performed there. But I thought this went really well in terms of showing different types of decks that can work. I love that we had the opportunity to show a budget version of the deck that's way easier to build that actually performed really well. We got some massive KOs and some huge wins with Raichu. We got to talk about the upcoming League Battle decks, which look amazing. We did a deck building 101, and we'll talk about some other decks next week. What deck was worth covering for that before we head out? Like, maybe it's do we talk about building an Arceus deck? Like, I've got an Arceus Charizard deck sitting here. Let's see. Maybe because Arceus is hot, but Arceus is also like a really hard card to get, so not everybody has that. Maybe the Bolton VMAX one. I think it's an okay deck, but it is a deck, and we built it. Talk about the Durant deck. Ugh, I hate this deck so much. I hate this deck so much. I have the cards. I have it. I have never played it. I've never played it in a match because I don't want to be that guy. But maybe we try. I think at some point we have to cover this deck because of how relevant it is to the meta, and it has won major tournaments, and it does get a lot of play online because it's such a troll deck. Leafeon's one I want to cover. Mew. I know everybody hates Mew at this point, but it might help. Ooh, the Urshifu deck might be an interesting one to cover as well. Or even what was it? Malamar. I'll think about it. We got a couple weeks. We'll definitely be streaming Ice Rider next week in terms of doing a League Battle deck preview, and I'll show you how to upgrade that deck as well. But some exciting times ahead. All right, let me check one last thing. And no, yeah, we're good here. Again, so that's gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you to everybody that came by. VMAX Urshifu, you have 16. No, I'm good. We actually pulled some VMAX Urshifus today too. And yes, 16 Urshifus is kind of crazy. My Urshifu stash is pretty solid right now in terms of like, I've got one of each Urshifu V with the 4 different arts, and then I've got the VMAX, and I got 2 gold ones today. So I'm good there. And yeah, no, man, you don't have to give me anything. Please don't. Save them for trades. Save them for someone else that needs them. Yeah, with my extra cards, certain ones I'll trade to try and get packs so I can get other stuff, but oftentimes I share cards with, you know, with my wife or with friends so that they can build up their stash too. So yeah, if you've got anything and you've got some friends that might be interested in getting into the game, you can save it for them. Whew. Any last second comments, questions before we wrap it up? I'm gonna say a whole bunch of thank yous here. Thank you, Madra Dub G. I'm running upwards on the chat. Gowlee on the rocks, MacGyverisms, King Daddy, Gel. Congrats on all the packs you bought. I hope you pull all fire. Madra Dub G, I think I said already, but if not, there you go. Another one. Jodo was here. Secret Ply. Manu. JF Raptor. BT Peralta. Chris. And I can't scroll up any farther in the chat. If I missed your name, thank you for dropping by. For anybody that lurked today's stream, thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you to King Daddy, Gel, BT Peralta, and Jaden, and Uza for the follows. Love the support. Truly appreciate it, homies. And we will be back on Wednesday with some more Kirby. What were we playing? Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game here. We're going to be playing more of this one here. And then on Sunday, we'll be playing Tetris 99. We'll be back with Pokemon in 2 Sundays from now. We'll be covering the Ice Rider League Battle Deck, which I'm really excited for because that's one of my favorite decks to play. So, oh yeah, and I guess the other plugs before we go. Check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. I have a new post coming up Tuesday. I wrote a post about PTCG Live and why it's really bad. And I know there's been a lot of outcry in the community about PTCG Live and its beta form and how poor it is in its current state. And I really hope they fix it, but I've got a lot of feedback for them in that post. And then also, yeah, follow me on all the socials here. The YouTubes, TikToks, Instagrams, Twitters. I post stuff. I used to post stuff every day. I've kind of fallen in a bit of slump. I still post stuff every week. And for the Pokemon fans in particular, if you miss any of these streams, you can go back, check the YouTube channel, and I cut everything in a very specific way so that you can just use it as a quick reference or a guide of like, hey, Jet was covering this Raichu deck, and there will be a video for just that deck with the deck list, with the best matches, and so on. So yeah, definitely check out the YouTube channel as well. All right, so till next time, thank you all for hanging out. Enjoy. Oh geez, yeah, let's go indeed. Let's get out of here. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'm out. Later.